The content of this show is meant to be humorous. It is based off of our own creative thinking as a gift to your ears. However, the Bean and Superbad show may not be suitable for people who can't take a joke, people who get butthurt too easily, people who have an inflated ego, people who cry themselves to sleep, people who suffer from excessive shrinking of testicles due to steroid use, or for people who find themselves obsessively posting anything and everything they can on Facebook pages of shows they work for and can't cut it because it's way too much work and they're way too fucking lazy. What we're trying to say is, it's just entertainment. Enjoy.
And you're welcome.
Warning, the following comedy program may contain opinions, facts, news stories, and other content that may be offensive to the following people. Anyone easily offended, anyone leaning too far left, anyone leaning too far right, anyone who used to work on the show, anyone who works at STLR, anybody whose on-air name is the same as a bassist from Avenged Sevenfold, anyone who's racist, anyone who takes social media seriously, hell, anyone who takes anything too seriously, and most importantly, anybody who's PC. The BS show is not politically correct, nor do they practice or support political correctness in any way, shape, or form. If you're offended, turn us off. Don't be a bitch. Basically, what we're trying to say is just entertainment. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You're welcome.
When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I read that once on a can of lemonade. But I like to think that it applies to life.
I don't want lemonade. It's too sweet and it makes my tongue feel gritty. So maybe it's time for a change. Starting now, when life gives me lemons, I'm gonna slice them up into wedges and throw them into vodka tonics, which I will then sip in a burlesque nightclub that I co-own with actor Tay Diggs and two of the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh! The girl go up there like into her elbow.
Whoa!
By her shit cushion.
Went to her elbow?
Like, she went to the point where her bed stood really high off the floor, and she had a low ceiling fan. I almost died by death of ceiling fan.
Oh, that shocked me!
Those are the people who don't know what just happened.
It has all my
For some reason, there was a picture of a penis.
It was my penis.
Of Superbad's penis on
my tablet.
Your tablet just lying on the table. So now me and Bean have officially seen Superbad's penis.
I'm not trying to put my penis out there like that. My bad.
Oh my god.
If you don't know, now you know.
You're listening to The BS Show.
It is BS Show, and we have a special treat.
The BS Show.
Is it not the BS Show? It is the
BS
BS Show. And am I not segueing into? I can't even speak now.
It's because of the BS Show.
A Segway is a mode of transportation, Jay.
The BS Show.
Hey, I can't reach him. Can you give him a little? Thank you. So
there was some force.
We used to do this segment. We just called I think we were calling it like the Murdoch Chronicles or the Murdoch Stories.
Chronicles of Murdoch.
Chronicles of Murdoch. Yeah. Now we're
the
gonna
Lion, the Witch, and
Murdoch kind of came up with a good new name, and it's the Beandock Saints.
Beandock Saints.
And that was me and Murdoch, and we're actually Radio Man is a junior right now. He's a Beandock Saint junior
in training.
In training, yeah, he's got his training wheels on, his Huggies.
But their lifetime training wheels are strong. Yeah. They just turned into something else. It's not.
Oh, they evolve after.
That's right.
Okay.
Extra legs. You can jump higher.
Can't wait to see you run
frog legs
without them. Fire!
He's getting there already.
He is.
Oh my gosh!
It's just us three. No Wooders. We still. I think that's becoming a show mystery. Wooders last seen on boat with Cherokee.
Like,
we've seen Cherokee.
But like,
we've even
Wooders?
seen Murdoch. Yeah, where's Wooders instead of where's Waldo? That's pretty good. Look at you on fire.
Magma.
It's just how my brain works, man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like a volcano. It's constantly erupting.
So we figure since it's just the Beandock Saints in here today, we're gonna skip stupid news bingo,
right?
And we're just gonna jump right into a Murdoch story.
Hell yeah!
Because he has a doozy. This one better go freaking viral, okay? Because this is.
I'm surprised the rest haven't. Honestly,
it's true. It's absolutely some of his stories that propelled. The fact that we're still ranked without him there is kind of like, yeah, how about that? Suck on that, Murdoch. But
we're gonna be like top
but
5.
Now,
who ordered the humble pie? Here, who ordered the humble pie? It's addressed Murdoch. Is there Murdoch here?
I too am also humble.
I just don't know where.
So without further ado, I think I'm just going to throw it over to you. Welcome back, by the way.
Nice to be back, bro.
We've missed you. Because he was gone before we wrapped it up, before we had our season finale back in Halloween.
October, yeah.
He was already done. He was done in September.
It's the Mark McGuire effect. When I know something a little ahead of time and I just have to bail.
You get out. Yeah,
I'm out.
Okay.
The market knew the steroid questions were coming, so he was done. You're tired.
That's right. Just have to
bail. I don't have to answer those questions.
I'm going to crash again.
The market knew the steroid questions were coming, so he was done. You're tired.
That's right. Just have to bail.
I don't have to answer those questions.
I'm going to crash again. Another strong play by you. Look, you're on fire. It's a three-way.
It's been about 3 weeks for me. Remind me to show you
Strong.
something.
You
off
have
air.
been on fire. I've been talking to
been.
this guy, Radio Man, for a couple of weeks, like a month, and he just his compass went a little left, like at a 10. It's at 10 o'clock, and it was at 12.
Can I be honest with you guys real quick? I always thought in my life, and I've had some nervous breakdowns, and I'm being serious. I always thought like I had been pushed, like I had clicked, like I had hit that point where like that's it, right?
Yeah.
Like I really felt like in my heart I had hit that point, like I'm done. I'm screw everything. No, I have officially hit that point, and it was like a life altering, changing experience, and I'm dead serious about this.
Enlightenment,
Kind of like I had so much happen that the last straw finally broke. Like again, I thought every other
The
last
car
15
accident,
straws.
and whatever you walk out with, you get to keep. He's at that spot. It burned, and there it is.
It's true. Like things, a lot of problems, a lot of things, a lot of anxieties have started to become water droplets that just roll off my back. I haven't had my panic attacks have stopped.
Rad.
Whoa.
Stopped. I can't tell you when the last time that's
You
happened.
just threw the word rad out. I've been saying rad.
Because you're my illegitimate. That's why.
And since I did that, the ideas flow. I texted him on the way into the studio on Monday. I think I'm going to write a parody of the Pina Colada song for the show. He texts me back, ha ha ha, okay, LMA. Like, sure, you almost. I read it as ha ha ha, sure you are. Okay.
What?
No, I didn't mean. I thought like I'm not mad.
Right,
No.
right.
Okay, I'm not intern Tyler. No, I'm not, or IT Tyler. So I walk into the studio, or I walk into my office. I sit down. I wrote the entire thing in 30 minutes, and then I sent him a picture. And I
It's
said,
basically like,
ha,
I'll see
ha,
it when I
this.
see it.
I did, and he's like, "Whoa, man! I just meant I thought it sounded funny." I haven't recorded it yet with the lyrics, actually in the studio yet, but it's written, it's ready to go, and it's good.
Is it good?
It's good.
Yeah.
So sorry, I didn't mean to do that,
No,
but
that's
yeah,
the good stuff.
We're on fire, and we're only going to get better. I want to apologize for the last 2 preseason shows we did, the behind the scenes HBO
But we're
special
back.
style. But we got Murdoch in the building. We've had Cherokee, we had our 420 special.
We're back. Hitting
Without
the ground
further
running.
ado, Murdoch,
What's good, man?
What's up?
I hear you had something happen to you about 8 days ago or so.
And I've had a few things.
9 days. It was Thursday, I think.
The market, what we have to offer right now, the market selection.
This is strong.
It's strong.
Oh, you've got a
everything's
couple.
in season. Everything's really in season right now and
It's
fresh.
prime time.
I think you lead with the opening weekend explosion though, and we come with it strong.
It's Radio Man. Once in a while, you'll come across something that brands you something different, man. You leave just a little different than when you got there. And
Just a smidge.
I had one of those days recently. I went out to so you spend a little time, have a little enjoyment,
Have a
take
little laughs.
a little laughs, a little high fives.
God, you guys are related.
Whoever it may be, and you go out a little company, and
Sometimes you want some privacy, right?
you want some privacy. You ever been out? You go out. You want to have a little privacy. Radio Man, you just want a little
Just want to
privacy,
be left alone a little bit.
right? I'm not looking for a production value quality set. I'm just looking for a little quiet time, just a little quiet time. And I rolled down the street with some company, looking for some quiet time, just looking for a place to be.
To hang back and
Go through a park,
kick open
and
a cold
the
one.
normally quiet park, you can post up and be as appropriate or not as you like to be.
right.
And there's some vehicles there. I'm not with Mother Teresa as far as public moralities, you know. You see what I'm talking about, but still, you just looking for some quiet time. Oh well, didn't really work out for us. I just took it on down the road and said, this is silly. Why don't we go back to the house? There's this house in the market that is on the market to be sold. And I lived there once upon a time.
Someone has access to said house.
So the house is empty, completely empty.
Right.
Like it was made empty. But the garage, why would I want to drive around and look for a
Looking
place
for a
that people
park,
can
yeah.
drive across next to me and see me, even in the most quiet and desolate places. So I get this brilliant idea.
And by the way, can I pause you just real quick? It's super obvious when you do it too. Like if you think you're being slick out in public in a car, having quiet time. I was sitting at a park at Potter Park by Sarasota Square Mall.
Yep.
These two.
That's one of my spots, bro.
There you go. This car, two teenagers pull up, guy and a girl pull up next to me. Now I'm literally I think I was at lunch. I was literally just sitting there like eating. I'm like reading my phone. Car pulls up next to me. Why they pull next to me? I guess it was to be not as suspicious as instead of pulling.
You jerk! You always blow me up.
So both the seats go down, and it's the most obvious thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And you can't see anything, and all of a sudden the car's just rock, 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 rock.
But why would they park next to you?
That's right.
Like even if there was no one in the car,
They could care less. They were not.
Yeah, it was,
even
they wanted to get
thinking
caught.
about.
Maybe they did.
Maybe you wanted.
Some people like
they
that
wanted
stuff.
You to slam that door open. Be like, "Fuck
Back
you
to
guys
Murdoch.
doing?" They got the sandwich
Adding
in
one.
hand, phone in one hand. What if you opened that car and it was Murdoch?
Are we going back to the 420 show? The hypotheticals?
Still on it.
Yeah, you
You
clearly
just
are.
stayed there.
It's clearly there.
You are sitting at the title office with your paperwork in hand, saying, "I am ready to
I
stake
live
my
there."
claim."
Look, it's a segment I had. Okay, I need
It's brilliant. Stay there, and you own that land.
He
You
lives
make
there,
that
yep.
land yours.
420 land.
What's that shiny thing down there, Paul? Oh, that's radio land, son. You are brilliant.
We don't
Radio
ever go
land.
there.
I want that. Can we make that right now?
Sure. You know we have that endless budget now.
Some like pipes and cardboard.
That anonymous donor that left us $7 million. I forgot to tell Murdoch about.
What?
Oh, by the way,
Quit your job, by the way.
you can cut back. Radio man, I thought that I could just go back to the house and go in the garage.
Murdoch has a smash pad.
Just get a little peace and quiet, you know?
I mean, he has
A
a
little
peace and quiet pad.
I'm in a car.
Peace
That's all
and
you're
quiet
asking
pad.
for.
I'm sorry.
I'm
yeah.
just going to park the car
Not a smash pad.
in the garage.
He's not Murdoch
Storing
Rod.
the car in there. You're not.
Look, man, I'm
Murdoch
just,
Jeter.
all I'm doing is trying to save. I'm trying to do the right thing, radio man. And if there's
He's trying
no
to do the,
children,
the rightest thing possible. The wrongest thing.
Do
the
I
right
have
way
a
possible?
chance? There's no child that's going to be scarred for life walking by my car.
The house is empty, right? No one's
The
in
house is empty, but I'm doing the right
How
thing.
empty though is the house?
Hello,
When you say it's
hello,
empty,
hello.
So you can't. There's no couches,
Nothing.
no chairs,
Floor.
no towels,
Floor.
no blankets,
Floor.
no paper towels.
Floor.
But you are doing the right thing. You could have gone to a park in public or somewhere and
Right?
had everyone
That's what I
experience.
said.
Right?
For the wrong situation, he's doing the rightest thing
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, because he doesn't condone
true
me
gentleman.
spending time with
Like,
anybody.
if he's robbing the bank, he's not killing anybody. He's very professionally.
He's trying to get some
He's
money.
just getting some money and getting
That's
money
all.
there.
That's all. In fact, I'm doing them a favor.
Yeah.
Instead of being
Right.
subject to that trauma,
And the bank's insured. So
They
it's-
should
who are
they
you
should have
hurting?
thanked you.
I should get a thank you.
Just get the key to the city.
Wow, you found a hype man over there, Murdoch.
I
Listen
know.
to this kid.
Save up,
Man,
save!
they should be thanking you.
This man needs a parade.
Oh man, this is gonna epic. Radio man, you're the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think?
I want you to. I'm gonna give something to you that you'll appreciate
Okay.
as I talk about the parking jobs that I did.
Parking.
How many parks did you try before you finally went to the, not the smash pad, the peace and quiet pad?
1, 2. I went to 2 previous parks.
2 parks.
2 parks.
Was one of them Potter?
It would have been had I been closer to that part
Oh,
of
it would
town.
have been a third park. Okay. All right.
Oh no, yeah, no. See, let me pause. Let me stop you. You asked me how many parks did I go to.
I'm sorry. I meant for this particular
That's
incident.
why I
Excuse
stopped.
me. I'm sorry.
And we could establish that. You deep-seated
I
pebble
thought we were on
rippling.
another level that you knew I
Yep.
meant for this
Okay.
particular incident.
Yeah, it was for this particular incident. Potter Park was not represented or involved.
Wasn't in your range.
It was not in my range.
If you're DoorDash or whatever it's called, if you're Do It Dash, it's not in your 7-mile radius.
it would have
for
went to
hanging park.
Benderson Park.
Understood.
That's where the Domino's
Okay,
pizza
yeah. Up by
would have been
UTC.
delivered. Yep. That would have been the park to go to. And then after that, maybe the Meadows, because
I don't know. I've just heard things.
It's right around. That's what I would. That's what I
Just
would
the
do.
rumor.
So I'm like, yeah,
Have you ever parked at the airport? By the way,
as it worked out, I don't like
what's up
company.
with that? Why do I
You
see
mean, like,
people
why do
still
I
parked
park-
by the airport like at night, like, and there's like 7 cars? Like,
Really?
what are you doing at 11 o'clock at night other than banging? Honestly,
in an airport parking garage?
no. Like, okay, if you're going down Old 301,
Oh, there.
and that little baby
Yeah,
who's got like
yeah,
room
yeah,
for about
yeah,
10
yeah.
cars, and you always see like
That's a
6
white trash
spread out.
smash box
Yeah,
right
what's
there.
that?
That's what
And
that
you're
is.
like, right, and man. When I say it's close, I mean like where the stage is over there.
Yeah.
That's where the cars are. Maybe not even that far, and you're driving by, and they're
Yeah.
not even that far apart, and they're all just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Just having a car orgy.
It's not a parking lot either.
There's 5 or 6 or 10 cars that are parked there that are watching the planes come in.
Yeah, that's what they're always doing if the cops come. We're just watching the planes take off.
Yeah. And I didn't. Should
Stargazing.
have thought of that.
Sorry, go back to you, Murray.
I should have thought of that. That's,
Oh, yeah, little airport.
man, we were close enough to the airport. So I go back to the house, man. I'm going to go back to the house and park in the garage. And call it a day.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
There's no maybes or ifs or, perhaps what happens in chapter 2 in the
Oh no,
back
it's
seat.
happening, right?
It's like I'm right.
Like you've hit warp drive and there's no stopping it.
I'm there. There's no
You've gone
short
plaid.
of an earthquake. It's closed, bro. It's sold. It's in the bag.
It's happening.
And so because I'm so thin, I jump in the back seat. I'm like so nimble now at 246 that I've never been in my back seat of my car. Other than having a few adult beverages and then waking up in the back seat. But I wouldn't condone that.
No,
not on today's date.
nah.
But I'm back there, and so I have at it. Okay, you know what? This is what you get today, and I had like the grand prize. I had the big envelope.
Yeah. Right.
I had gotten what everybody sought to get, and I was like, cool, man. So business gets handled, and I have a lot of pressure on my head. Okay,
Well, I
from both
bet.
sides of my head, and
Like he means no. He's not meaning figurative pressure. He's meaning literal pressure.
Oh.
yeah.
That went right over radio, man.
Let
He
me
was
have
like,
my.
oh my god, what's happening?
Let me
Were
have
you
my
okay?
second guy.
Did you have to be back at work at 3 and you were under pressure? No. He meant there was between 110 and 140 pounds or so.
Communication arrow gets spun
Got
around
it.
sometimes. I just had to translate for you, and now it's for him.
I had to get
So I
the context back.
want to thank both of you for helping me with each other. It's one big melting pot of help here.
Beandock Saints.
Beandock Saints, how can I help you? How can I direct your call? I want to hear the story about Murdoch in the back seat with his head about to pop. Okay, let me get you right back to that story.
It's really bad migraine.
So I'm right
Did
there.
you take an Excedrin?
Legs are getting twisted. I'm about to pass out, and she's about to pass out. All right. And I hear this reverberation. You could hear a noise like a garage door being ripped open.
Now you
or
said
a
when you rolled
semi.
in, you left out you about the neighbor, right?
We do have a neighbor there that was he was. I mean, we never had picnics together, but he'd wave. He'd
You get
wave.
the mail for him occasionally.
Yeah, if needed be. Not a lot of conversation between he and I.
But definitely a
teaspoon of
wave,
sugar.
right?
But definitely a wave. This fella, game recognized game, and I respect my counterpart, and I think he does as well. You go forward in life a few years, and maybe he's familiar with having a Betty or 2 or 7. That guy saw more people pull up to that driveway that were not holding the last name that I held on my on my driver's license, and he's really seen a range, and at least he respects that. He did. He never blew me up. He never said anything, even when my affiliated party members were with me. He never put me out there. So here comes, whatever, and he's like, right, it's pretty strong. This guy's coming back to a house that has nothing inside. It's completely empty, and he's here. He's pulling in to the garage. That son of a bitch is pretty intuitive. This is what he's saying
In his head. Yeah, he's thinking.
with a wave. No eye lock. There's no, just a wave. We got a wave. And so we get in the garage, door shuts. do what we need to do. And we're inside a garage, a closed garage.
Door closed, everything's
Not
closed.
not a carport. We're in a garage.
Right.
A side door, a front garage door, both closed. And Pete Rose rolls around third base and sliding into home. And we hear this noise. I hear this noise. And again, I can't hear a lot for the reasons that
your ears may be muffed.
I
Muffled?
just can't
I'm sorry,
hear.
muffled. Excuse me, muffled.
A lot of
He might
O's.
have gotten cold. He threw some.
That's right. I like to make sure that I'm okay.
Yeah.
And it's self-awareness.
Take care of yourself.
That's right. Hear woo, woo, huge noise, this reverberation. And I see like light come through the back of the car. But again, I'm almost to the floor. I'm not where most people are. So I hear it different.
So, I mean, are you ignoring it though? Like you hear it and you're still just doing what you're doing?
The first time I hear it, I don't really think of anything about it. I thought maybe that's but it was so loud that it took away what was like right in front of you. It was so commanding.
Now,
The noise.
is she aware of it? Or
Yeah,
does she not care?
No, you can't not hear it.
Is she,
It
or
was
is she muffing her ears a little more? Muffling.
everybody
excuse
could
me.
hear it. She really heard it. And it was a noise. So come to find out that I hear this huge noise, a lion and times a million, this huge noise. I thought it sounded like a freight train going by.
Oh my God.
And you hear it a second time, and now you're back to where you're supposed to be, and you're like, reality's there. And you see in the window a cop at my door of my car. And I hear, "Oh my God, is that your brother?" And
Yeah, just freeze frame there for just 1 second. Imagine that scenario. You're going to town with a chick. You are just oblivious to whatever. All of a sudden, your garage door is getting ripped open, and it sounds like you're under attack from the Taliban.
How do they rip it open though?
and when
You look up,
When you hear
see
that
police
noise, you
and
hear that
Is
noise.
that your brother? You think someone invited a bunch of people to the orgy and did not
Yep.
tell you.
I didn't know what happened. I thought we were being robbed because there was 3 people around the car.
Yeah.
And I hear, "Is that your brother?" And I look out, and it's not my brother.
Now, can I ask you, would it have been better had it been your brother?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly would have been better. Anything would have been better
Yes.
than state officials.
What if it was the neighbor?
Oh, well, hold on. He's not done.
This steps like a Super Mario Brothers like big leap where you have to jump on something you don't even know is there. That's how far away from the story, and you just got
Or you
there,
gotta, like, wait
man.
for
You
the
just
platform to load
you're
'cause it's
strong.
off
You're
screen.
strong. This is
Yeah.
why he's the 3rd gen. The
Half-breed.
noise. I hear step out of the car, and I'm beside myself. I can breathe now, and I'm inside a car. I open up the door, and there's 2 officers that are next to me. One's in the back of the vehicle. One's standing next to me as I get out of the car, and the third one is coming in from the garage door where the first 2 came from.
That is now
The
ripped off.
side door, pardon me, not the front door.
Okay.
The side door. The side door is locked. I mean, it has a
Ignore
lock
that
on it.
text,
It has it's not open. You have to open the door. A turn knob, not a. There was a big cabinet, a huge, like a cabinet. It's not like a cabinet. It was a cabinet, and it was maybe 8 feet tall, and full size cabinet. And in front of that, another set of files, like cabinets. Empty garage. Those 2 things in front of the door, so you couldn't get in. It was in front of the door. So by entering the garage, you have to move 2 pieces of furniture into an empty house, so that just protecting your property. They had pushed that wide open. Pushed it with force. It took 3 of them to open up the door. And when the dust is settling,
Now, was she loud?
well, I'd like to,
Oh, I thought you were laughing.
No, I mean not for anybody to hear next door. Not for anybody to hear and say, "Oh my God,
someone's murdering.
He's killing her."
Right.
I'd like to claim that, but that isn't exactly what they complained about next door. The guy.
Listen to this. This is
this is Kaiser Soze. This is the usual suspects.
This is the best twist ever. I know. So the neighbor did call.
The neighbor called.
The neighbor called the cops?
Yeah.
So right now you're hating the neighbor because, but that's what I'm saying. Here comes the twist.
What if you had talked to the neighbor? Do you think you could have
Oh, no.
avoided all that?
Here comes the twist. Your opinion of the neighbor is going to completely change. Kevin Spacey's going to untwist his foot.
Oh, man. The cops take our information. Says, sir, you know that you would have died of poisoning had you stayed here. You're lucky that the guy next door called us when he did because he saved your life.
Oh, my God.
So the car was running.
Oh, my
Murdoch forgot to turn off the car.
And the guy, saved our lives.
You would have died?
Says the guy that's got his, gun on his hand.
Because if the carbon wasn't going to take him, he sure as hell was. I mean, no, cops are cool.
I mean, he would have been died doing probably a...
Now, let me ask you a question.
day.
Was that a chance of you dying because maybe the cops were out there for longer than you realized and they were like, this guy's going to... He's going for a while.
Bro, what if they
should we interrupt?
To get the door off?
Your brilliance is going to ruin your dinner. Your brilliance and your advanced level of processing is going to ruin your dinner, sir.
Oh, my gosh. It already has.
Oh, yeah? Right, get a piece of paper. I want you to write down.
I don't have any in here.
Write down what you think happens.
Type it out.
At the end of this story.
Well, I already know what happens at the end of the story.
Okay. But do you really? You have some, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend that you were messing around. You didn't.
From a friend.
That's right.
I've been playing the game of telephone with this story.
You need to thank that guy, man. He just saved your life. We were in there probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why those sounds sounded weird because you were high as a kite on carbon monoxide.
The guy said, your eyes are so red. Your eyes are so red. And I said, yeah, they are. He was telling me it was because of the poisoning. He's like, you were going to die in here.
He was getting a certain kind of poisoning.
Yeah, sure was.
No,
Thank you for helping me live. But he was just telling me my eyes were bloodshot red and that we were lucky we were alive. He opens up the garage door and there's the guy next door that waves at me. And
So you probably wanted to kill him at this point.
yeah, dude.
Did you instantly think it was like, you're like, I'm just...
I went, well, you've known, we've known each other, all of us have long enough to know that I beg for my day to involve a chance at an engagement and exchange like this. It's my birthday.
I feel like you seek it out.
If I were to have the ability to...
You're not wrong.
If you told me tomorrow that my day ended like this story, man, that's a pretty sweet day.
It means you're living life to the fullest.
The guy, you're not telling me, yeah, that's just what it is. The door opens, my eyes are red, the cops are taking information. So what's your last name? McGee. What's your last name? Thompson. I see. So why didn't you just go back to your house? Well, my family's there. And you? Well, why don't you just go back to your place? My kids are there. Okay. And then he's like, okay, yeah. They all acknowledge the fact. They're trying to tell me that they saved my life. They're all just telling me, man, we just saved your life. You don't know that guy just saved your life over there.
Well, because now they feel like jackasses for interrupting what
They
was just
took
a
him
quick afternoon delight session.
I mean, but to be fair, if they thought someone was trying to kill themselves in a garage, then...
All right, here comes the Dexter moment. You ready for the...
I'm ready for it.
I say, hey, man, thanks for saving my life. Yeah, we're okay. And I wave my hand at him.
Like this.
Like,
that's how he waves. You ever
like
seen him wave?
entourage,
Very disturbing.
Palm extended.
I give him a big old thanks for nothing, Donnie douchebag. I give him one of those. And they leave.
The cops?
The cops leave. Then they go back and talk to him. People outside of their garages looking at the
Oh,
two
you had a full-on
SUV
cops
yeah.
episode. You're
The
lucky
two-
they didn't have live whatever from A&E
two
on there.
SUVs.
Helicopters up there.
They're open the garage door and then they see us and like, what in the name? So these cops are leaving. We'll talk about the cop. The cops leave. And what do you think they thought at the end of their day? You know that story was on every walkie-talkie in Sarasota County.
You know, I think we should reenact this as a radio bit because I think it would be really good.
The three
funny.
cops,
Like from the cops' perspective.
the cops bust in to a house that's secured from the inside
Completely empty.
because the guy
They
next
probably went in
door,
the house first and were like, what in the hell?
Oh, why is there no?
the guy that called the cops is the guy I should thank because he saved my life. The guy next door that called the cops and told them that I was trying to kill myself in the garage. The guy next door that waves at me knew that I had a running car in the garage.
That means he walked up to the garage and put his ear to the...
Have you ever heard my car? Like a kitten.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's a good sign that I haven't heard it. Right.
How does a guy next door that has the common sense and wherewithal to call the cops because he thinks that I'm killing myself
Oh, I like where
in
he's,
the garage?
he's getting conspiracy on you here.
The guy next door comes to my window in the back of the garage, gets a little looky-loo right through my back window. It happens to be right in the line.
Wait, so he saw you doing the smashing?
This guy that called the cops were there in 30 minutes of me being at that home. Inside 30 minutes. The cops are there inside my garage. 30 minutes after I park it. Maybe if they were called 30 minutes before I got there, because who you can get two cops at a house because someone's trying to kill themselves. I think this guy goes to the back, runs one out himself while he's watching me hammer something, and then he calls the cops.
Because he's mad that you're hammering something?
Why would the guy next door
A little jealous.
call the cops
If you were trying to.
if I was trying to kill myself and somebody else, unless he was able to see and substantiate that in fact I was in the garage while
Unless
the car is running.
You weren't trying to kill yourself.
And he knew that I was in the garage and he knew the car was running. The only way to know the car's running is to be like in the garage.
Yeah.
So
Maybe he was right outside the car the whole time watching, and you don't even know.
outside that window.
No, what if he was like in there? What if he get creepy? Ooh.
But that was weird. I didn't think about it until really later when I had a chance to stop it, and I was like,
no, you're right, because you don't have like a sports car. It's not like blah, 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 blah.
I wasn't making noises, and neither was she, to be able to be heard through a garage, through another home in between of nature. So
Maybe he thought you were like gonna just. He looked in, saw you doing it. The windows are fogged
maybe he
up.
was sick and tired of seeing me bring Strange back to this house over 6 years and said, you know what? Fuck this guy.
He gave you that wave, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, mother."
That's it.
Yeah.
This is officially your last visit here.
He already called the cops when he had that wave.
The second
He already
that
dialed that number.
garage door closed and that wave, he couldn't see anymore. He
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, I like this. My neighbor,
Yeah.
I think he's killing himself.
There's no one that lives next to me anymore. They moved out. There's someone inside the garage. Yeah, he was all done. He was all done with Murdoch.
Wow.
He and I had spent our last cup of tea together.
Ouch.
That happened. That happened at like 5 o'clock on a Wednesday.
And on a completely unrelated note, no one has seen the guy since 6 o'clock on a Wednesday. So
He's with the Wooders.
him and Wooders are fishing. Cherokee took them both out to fish, obviously.
Oh, man. I got attacked by 3 dogs on Friday after mocking a man that was chased by a canine unit. You want to hear about that?
I don't think we're going to top that one for this one.
No, I mean, yeah, that's the winner.
They
I mean, you're
actually,
in a garage. You're in your own home in a garage, and you get blown up by 3 patrolmen.
They didn't do anything though. They were just like questioning you.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? I was like, what do you think I'm doing?
Radio man. If you, I mean, And you look up, and you've got.
Where can you go for quiet, honest adult relations without being bothered? Your own home.
The moon.
Or the moon. And previous to watching Captain Marvel, I had no ability to go into space.
Oh.
So
now
I had.
you do, though, right?
Now I do.
Oh.
If I were to handpick.
Let's see that neighbor be on the moon.
I think Brie Larson would be something that you should sit down and try to have coffee with someday in your life.
Me?
Yeah.
Should we make that happen? Should we pull those strings for him?
I feel that they would have something
What would he
to
do
offer each other.
if all of a sudden, somehow, miraculously, I gave you her number and
Brie
said,
Larson, like 20, 27?
She's in her mid to late 20s, yeah. I think 30.
I'm a fan.
30 maybe.
She seems to have a very quick.
You just want to get to her through me.
No.
This is for you, man. I appreciate you
I think
more
if I was
today.
like, Radio Man, she wants to meet you, you'd be like, no, man, no.
That's
it. Seriously,
the Seth
how I picture it
Rogen
going. No.
Theron movie about politics, where she's into him and he's a real goofball. It's a new commercial that I've seen for a new movie.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know what it's called, but
instead of whatever they do for a living, it's him and her, and he's the
Brie
goof.
Larson.
You and Brie, and she's like super popular, and
Calls her Brie.
Oh,
and no, we're pals. Like, no, this is for a friend. It's radio, man. This is my illegitimate child.
Get on the show.
Facebook is BS Show. Twitter is Bean and Superbad. Instagram is also BS Show.
Twitch, BS Arcade.
Twitch, BS Show Arcade. There's an underscore in there
And-
between BS Show and Arcade.
Oh, I forgot the show.
At the end of the whole deal, I hear, and I was so close to another one. Thanks.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
And on that, I think we'll end it.
That was
For
good.
Cherokee, Wooders, God, wherever you are. Radio Man Murdoch, I'm Bean. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
You're welcome.
You've been listening to The BS Show, starring Bean.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
The coolest guy in the room, Cherokee Frank.
Got any papers?
Matthew McConaughey's illegitimate love child, Wooders.
You're gonna bring us two absolute martinis. It'll be 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
Questions, comments, concerns, or think you can do it better? Hit us up on Facebook at The BS Show. For all other BS, check us out on Instagram at BS Show or on Twitter at Bean and Superbad. Thanks for listening, and until tomorrow, always remember,
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I agree.
The content of this show is meant to be humorous. It is based off of our own creative thinking as a gift to your ears. However, the Bean and Superbad show may not be suitable for people who can't take a joke, people who get butthurt too easily, people who have an inflated ego, people who cry themselves to sleep, people who suffer from excessive shrinking of testicles due to steroid use, or for people who find themselves obsessively posting anything and everything they can on Facebook pages of shows they work for and can't cut it because it's way too much work and they're way too fucking lazy. What we're trying to say is, it's just entertainment. Enjoy.
and you're welcome.
Warning: the following comedy program may contain opinions, facts, news stories, and other content that may be offensive to the following people: anyone easily offended, anyone leaning too far left, anyone leaning too far right, anyone who used to work on the show, anyone who works at STLR, anybody whose on-air name is the same as a bassist from Avenged Sevenfold, anyone who's racist, anyone who takes social media seriously, hell, anyone who takes anything too seriously, and most importantly, anybody who's PC. The BS show is not politically correct, nor do they practice or support political correctness in any way, shape, or form. If you're offended, turn us off. Don't be a bitch. Basically, what we're trying to say is just entertainment. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You're welcome.
When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I read that once on a can of lemonade. But I like to think that it applies to life.
I don't want lemonade. It's too sweet, and it makes my tongue feel gritty. So maybe it's time for a change. Starting now, when life gives me lemons, I'm gonna slice them up into wedges and throw them into vodka tonics, which I will then sip in a burlesque nightclub that I co-own with actor Tay Diggs and 2 of the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh! The girl go up there like into her elbow.
Whoa!
Made by her shit pushed in.
What, to her elbow?
Like, she went to the point where her bed stood really high off the floor, and she had a low ceiling fan. I almost died by death of ceiling fan.
Oh, that shocked me!
Those are the people who don't know what just happened.
It has all
For
my sound.
some reason, there was a picture of a penis.
It was my penis.
Of Superbad's penis on
My tablet.
Your tablet just lying on the table. So now me and Bean have officially seen Superbad penis.
I'm not trying to put my penis out there like that. My bad.
Oh my god.
If you don't know, now you know.
You're listening to The BS Show.
But if I touch it, it'll go out again.
It is the BS Show.
We
have
found
found
Wooders.
Wooders.
We did it.
It's a breaking news edition of the show. Wooders is alive.
You
Thank
haven't
God.
found me.
He's got a beard now, again.
I feel like he's changed somehow.
You know what? I think you've changed.
Yeah? You think?
Listen, I have been the same person I've always been.
Oh. But you think I'm different?
Sitting over here.
I don't know. You have like PTSD from your whatever happened with Cherokee?
Nothing happened with Cherokee. If anything, he's the one who should have PTSD.
Oh, okay.
He alluded that he left you out in the
Did you give him a
in
little
the bay
bean
somewhere.
No, I wanted him to leave me.
Are you? You can't force the bean peen thing.
I just did.
No more pre-show talking between you two.
What
Why
you mean,
not?
Bean Peen? That's going to be your name from now on,
Hey, you left
too.
the room. You made that decision.
I'm not just calling you Bean anymore. It's now Bean Peen.
Oh my God.
No, you got to use it in the appropriate.
Whatever you say.
That
Bean
was
Peen.
appropriate. Frank has PTSD because Wooders gave him the bean peen.
I don't have a Bean Peen.
Do you want me to
Bean's
explain
got the
more?
Bean Peen. Nah, I told him to leave me out there, man. Just
Yeah?
me.
You
and
wanted
the
to find your way
seas,
back?
man.
Take
What?
you to one of those islands
You
out
wanted
there.
to find your way back, right? You wanted the journey.
Oh,
of-
I knew my way back.
Oh, shit.
Just wanted to find a new way back.
Whoa. That's so deep.
Yeah.
He went full Matthew McConaughey in the last couple weeks. Have you noticed that? All right.
You put on those shades and then all bets were off.
So we threw out kind of what we were working on because we have to bring you up to speed of what's happened in the last week.
A lot. So much has happened.
We've thrown out what we were, as in like everything we've done in the last like 3 months.
Throw it all. No,
Just
what we were going to do
completely
tonight. Gone.
We were
Forget
doing a
it.
video series. What happened to that, Bean?
That's happening still.
Oh, right. No, I believe you.
See, they give me I do it all, and then if I'm not on top of it, then it's like, where is it at? When's it
I will
going to
help
get here?
you.
Will you?
You just have to hit me up. I have heard nothing.
It's because you silent our text
have you ever
conversations.
asked
You
any
dick.
of us for help?
This guy,
Listen.
what did he tell us outside? Oh, I put the group chat on silent. Then he tells
put
me,
the group
text
chat
me,
on-
man.
I don't want it vibrating all
No,
the time.
text me one-on-one. I put the group chat on silent because I don't want to look at like 50 different GIFs in a row.
Why
That's
not?
how I think
However you
Murdoch,
pronounce it,
that's like his
GIF, I don't know.
therapy. I still call
Listen,
it GIF.
What, the group
I
chat?
think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like one at a time, though.
You read it later like a comic book?
Yeah, kind of. I don't
I
know
feel
what
like
this
any
would
of
have
it
been a good
means.
conversation
I've
to
never
participate
sent
in
any
4 days
gifts
ago.
in that group text.
Oh no, it's never like, oh, I should have participated in this. It's more like, oh, I'm glad I didn't participate in this. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, cool, I
Are you,
was
though?
not a part of that.
I am. I would love to participate in it, but you all always, 100% of the time, always do the texting while I'm working.
I can't help that. Murdoch normally starts
Yes,
it.
you can.
Well, go into the
You
group
can
text.
help it.
Be
Text
like,
after 5:30.
I'm not working.
Do you not have a lunch break at your other job?
It's a half hour, man.
That's
and usually
plenty of text time.
by that time, you guys are done anyway.
A lot of talking can be
Then
done
just
in 30 minutes.
Just randomly answer the questions on a completely separate text that looks like will make no sense. Yes, probably,
That's what the
7,
gifts look like to me.
sometimes. I will start. So so now what I'm going to do, Radio Man, is every time I send a group message out, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to send it to Wooders.
So he knows.
In the one-on-one. So eventually he'll silent me too.
Oh, that's so perfect.
And then I'll silent everybody.
He won't know what's going
I didn't
on.
hear from anybody.
Except for
You
Cherokee.
did.
He and I are cool.
I can tell.
But fuck you guys.
He said you guys
What?
fished for like 18 hours.
Yeah. It was like all day, bro.
Oh my God.
I was telling him, I was like, last time.
But he kept putting his fingers up when he said fished. I wasn't sure when he put quotes around that, what that meant.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
No, 'cause
boy.
last time I took you out, you got a little scared.
What happens on the
little
boat
scared.
stays on the
I go a
boat.
little
I got
intense on
scared
the water 'cause I have a
when you
14-foot
almost
John boat.
accidentally flipped me into the water being a smartass because you didn't realize I was on the edge of the
I
boat.
almost flipped him into the water. He had a good time.
You just didn't appreciate
You
it.
just got to put on your man pants.
That's probably what it is. I wasn't appreciating it and I wasn't wearing my man pants.
Take off the
Thank you. I'm
picnic
going to write
shirt.
these notes down. I had to wear my official Wednesday It's the BS Show picnic shirt.
Oh,
for Murdoch.
hey, throwback.
Murdoch's not even here.
I know. It's for him though, in spirit of him.
Okay.
He knows you're wearing it. I feel like every time you put it on, he like a light bulb comes on.
I channel him.
He feels it. That's what that
He
is.
feels the bean peen.
It's like the alarm
I was
comes
pointing
on.
at the flickering lights for those of you who couldn't see what I
Yeah, we
was
probably
pointing
couldn't
at.
see that. Oh,
Yeah. There's flickering lights in the studio,
That's
Bean.
Murdoch channeling himself into the room.
no, he's probably channeling himself. He does a lot of self-channeling.
You know what I mean?
We what was I going?
Beating
Okay,
the bean peen.
so last week we called former intern Tyler right before the show,
Information
right?
technology.
Yeah,
Tyler.
IT Tyler became his name. Wooders, you weren't even privy to any of this. We call him before the show. He apologizes for being a bitch.
Okay.
I figured, he's man enough to apologize. I asked him.
Apologizes in air quotes.
Well, he did. He sounded like he was petrified because he sounded like he was apologizing because he thought you and Cherokee were outside his house waiting for him to not apologize.
He thought that?
That's what he sounded like.
He was quivering, dude.
He was quivering.
He was like
he was
shaking.
peeing on his
We
leg.
need to find out if that's actually what he's thought.
Man,
we can arrange that. If I don't know,
We
if
should have
Cherokee's
recorded
going to
that
be
call.
listening to this later on, Cherokee, just letting you know, we can arrange that.
You give him a little scare,
Where do you live?
little bean peen. Oh, he moved.
Tyler moved
Where
out.
did he move to?
So I don't think we know. Do we know? Oh, you know,
I don't know
don't
the
you?
exact address.
Yeah. We'll get.
Think he's listening?
No, he's burnt. He tried. Okay, so we announce on the show that we talked to him that he apologized. He wants to work with the show. I basically make him our Twitch guy. He's going to be in
He
charge.
wanted to like work on the show, but not have a main.
Yeah, he wanted to be
part.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be on air because he was scared of all of us. For too much ball busting, he couldn't take it. Even though we almost got him laid. But hey.
I mean, I'd be scared of the bean peen too.
Someone touched his dick twice.
Twice. A lot of people are scared of the bean peen though.
Because of how small it is.
Whoa, bro.
It's terrifying.
See, you can't moderate
ever
my
seen
bean
something
peen
that-
usage and then just use it whenever.
Sure I can.
What? Why? Why can't I use it whenever?
Because it's not Radio Man
Me
peen,
doing
it's
it-
bean peen.
Me doing it was 100% in context. You can't just say bean peen out of nowhere.
Was mine not in context?
No. it
Really?
wasn't.
All right.
Suck my
You
bean
apparently have
peen.
been ruled.
I've been forbidden
Suck
to
my
say the
bean
word bean
peen.
peen.
Sorry.
Suck my bean peen.
That was the last time I'll do that.
Is that the title of this episode?
So anyway, it's going to
Title of your
probably end
sex
up being that. So Tyler wants to come back. He wants to be the Twitch guy. He's going to stream. Okay, he's going to set it all up. He's got a nice computer. He's going to help us out because we're changing all the stuff
The
we're doing.
overall great dude.
He's gonna he's back. He's going to be awesome. That night and the next day they were working together. I've got Radio Man and we changed his name to IT Tyler so we could still call him It.
We were both like on the phone talking to you. Like,
Yeah, so I've got them conference called in. They're setting the stream up. Everything's fantastic for like 2 days.
like a day and a half.
I get a call from Radio Man that sounded like he just got in. I don't know if he ran 4 miles up a mountain. He's all out of breath. He's mad. What's the matter? My brother, man.
Dude, I was like ready to rip his head
I'm like,
off.
what happened to your brother now? He was listening. He was streaming the show and he was listening to one of the old shows. I instantly knew. I was like, oh God. And he goes, it's funny because he says, I heard the disclaimer at the beginning about don't be a bitch. And he's telling him this. But I didn't like the way. So go ahead and take it. Because remember last year he came in all mad because
we
him
got
and
into a fight.
Tyler got into a fight. Do you remember that show?
Fight.
Like he came in like.
I don't remember the fist fight. I wasn't there, but
Not at the fist fight. He came in to talk about it from the show. Like he left the fist fight and came right into the show and took the show over about how him and Tyler got into a huge fight. This was last year. This was.
Yeah, I don't think I was there for that one. I mean, like I was there, but I wasn't.
He might not have been there.
Right. Anyway, we
Really.
got into this fight over some dumb bullshit that I don't really remember.
So you can't even remember what the fight was about.
Well, I mean, we argue all the time, so.
But it came to blows that time, right?
Yeah.
And he started or you started it?
Who blew who?
Well, he started the fight, actual physical contact.
So he started the blowing.
Yes.
Okay.
He blew me.
Just making
first.
sure I'm following.
Continue, Radio
Continue
Man.
the story. I'm
Go
just
ahead.
wondering who blew who.
He's just staring at Winters like, I hate you.
I can't move other
So I
than
like tell that
looking
story.
straight forward. So.
I'm pretty sure I got it right. You know, God knows with my memory, anything could have gone wrong. But
just refresh everybody what happened. So you were playing video games and he just came in the room and just started wailing on you? Isn't that what happened?
No. I was like late for work, remember? I showed up late for
You're
work.
always
So
late.
I can't do it, man.
When are you not late for work?
Right. So like I'm pissed off. I'm like slamming shit around, trying to find like my clothes. so I can go to work, and like my keys and all that. And I guess I woke him up because he was asleep or something.
Long night of the snake puss.
I don't remember, but
he had a long night.
A lot of lotion.
Anyway,
he has that snake.
Shit goes on. We're yelling at each other. The snake puss,
Snake puss Tyler.
That's weird.
Trying to fuck a snake.
You don't remember, he wanted to get a snake, but it had to be female. Like specifically, he was like, look, it needed to be a female snake, and we were trying to figure out why it had to be
like
a female.
real snake.
He's got a real female. Was it albino?
It's an albino.
It had to be.
It had to be white.
It had to be an albino, and it had to be a female.
That's some bullshit.
Sorry, but go ahead, Radio Man.
Okay, so we're like screaming at each other and like shit's going down. And like I'm about to leave because I'm like, oh, fuck that. I don't got to be here. I'm trying to get to work,
I could just imagine 5'9", 230-pound Tyler screaming at you like he's going to do something.
That's what I'm saying. Like in an actual fight, if I was prepared to
he
kick
seems
Tyler's
scrappy.
ass,
I'd pick
like
Radio
I was
Man
a
over.
little
Who do you
stoned,
think?
it was kind of the morning. So like.
What do I think?
Intern Tyler.
I'd pay to watch it.
You'd pay to watch it?
Yeah.
I would pay to watch it. You don't know who'd win though, do you?
I don't care.
I think
who
Radio
wins.
Man
I'm
would
paying
win.
to watch it either way.
I pay to watch
No
it.
offense,
I
but
pay
I
to
mean,
watch
you know.
myself be in that fight.
Exactly.
Anyway, he throws the first punch on my way out the door, but then the other day he's like, "That's not how it happened." He's like, you threw the first punch.
You blew me first. Is basically what he
That's
said.
right, exactly.
Okay.
I'm like, I didn't suck your dick, bro, but whatever. And
That's what I would say publicly too.
I didn't suck the bean. Okay.
This show
There
is
you go.
doomed before
Yeah,
we
see,
started
that was
it.
context.
That was context.
Before we started it, we were screwed today.
There we go. All right, but he's like, he says,
So he's mad at the story you're telling on air about a fight that happened a year ago.
between us, yeah. He's mad again after the fact that it's already been said and done. He's like, I don't want to fight about it,
And
bro.
you both,
but
I was gonna say, and you both have already moved on. You both
I
have,
was over it. I didn't even remember the fight happened until he said something. Fucking. But like, I'm trying to remember what he said, like exactly. He was like, "Oh yeah, I threw the first like punch that actually hit," trying to say that I threw the first punch but missed. That's not how it went down. It's not.
I'm clearly not following this correctly because when you were telling the story, I thought you were saying like he threw a punch like as you were leaving, and then that was
He did. He hit me in the back of the head.
So the real story is Jesus, so
it was a sucker
convoluted.
punch.
So he sucker punched you, and last year when you came on the show, you told us all about it.
Like the day
right?
it happened.
But
so-
I like an hour after it happened.
yeah, pretty much.
I feel like you even said that you hit him back too after he hit you, and there was like a fight. It was like a fight, right? It was kind
Right,
of like
because
a fight.
he hit me.
Right.
I went to like.
Okay, so that was the part I missed. That's where I was,
no.
So he suckers punches you.
He
You
hits
turn
me
around.
first.
You hit him back.
Yeah.
You're tussling.
But then he tries to say
I
that.
can only imagine how quick you both were out of breath. Him being overweight, you being a stoner. I'm just sure that fight fizzled out in 8
I'm like,
seconds.
hold on. Oh shit.
Where's my bong? Tyler's like, where's my donut? Hold on.
Yeah.
Snake puss.
Let me sit down for a second. Oh fuck you! Sorry.
We'll finish this when you go home from work. Yeah, okay.
I need a drink, man. Hold
Just
on.
go take a nap.
So he hears your rendition of the fight, and he
Yeah,
blows
the
back
story
up
I
on
just
you.
told. So he's probably.
So you're
gonna
driving to
wanna
work now.
fight me
Flash
now.
forward to April 22nd, 21st, and you're
Yeah.
driving to work, and he calls you to tell you that he's listening to the show streaming, and now.
Oh no! This happened at my house. Like,
Oh,
in
so
person.
it was
Yeah.
in person?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh, see, when you told me about this, I thought you were on the phone with him because if it was in person.
When I called you, he just left my house to go to work, and I was like,
Because if something like that happens next time with anybody else, you need to call me and Wooders immediately and just let us come on over.
Yeah.
Because that would be such a good, funny thing
Set
to
'em
film and
straight.
turn that right into radio.
or that.
Oh, I'm filming it.
I don't necessarily
For sure.
care about setting him straight. I want to ask him what the hell he's thinking because he quit on us before. He quit on me at an actual, job where he worked underneath me and we made, money and he left me hanging. Then he quit on the radio thing the very next day. And then he apologizes and asks to come back. And then he screws us again based on something you said a year ago, based on not who threw the first punch, but who connected on the first punch. Right.
Yeah. That's basically it.
Not over who won the fight.
Nope. I don't even know who technically. I don't even really consider it a fight. It's just easier to label it that.
Maybe it's better that Tyler's just gone forever then, because
I'd like to see him again.
You want to hear his side of the story?
We need a show where we delve into his
I just want to
mind,
see him again.
like his psyche, and figure out what that kid's
Just
about.
looking at that goofy little face.
Man.
I'm just kidding. That was a lie, 100%. But yeah, I don't know. I don't actually have anything to follow up after that. Keep going.
Wooders is in some rare form, huh? I thought it would kind of chill out once we got inside and got on air, and nope.
It's the sunglasses, man.
I'm gonna kill whoever called you right before we got on air to ask you if you would insurance on your non-existent car that you don't have.
They absorb all the shade.
If I got
and then
another one, I'll
reflect
put
it out.
it on speaker. Because those are fun, man.
Right before we walk in,
You should do it.
Somebody calls
That's
calls
hilarious.
Wooders and starts that's not supposed to call Wooders, I guess. That was trying
Like
to
a
reach
spam
Bill.
It was a
call.
scam call.
Yeah. Something like that.
And I don't know, solicitors are pretty bad too, but the phone call ended with, "Fuck you, hang up." No, fuck, over and over and over again until I think you hung up though, right? Because they still didn't hang up.
See, I don't know what happens though. I mean, like, I've been getting these guys calling me saying like looking for some person named Bill. And I don't know who the fuck Bill is, but
Bill
it's
gave
very
him your phone
clearly
number.
not
Is
me.
it Bill Gates?
And this has been
I think?
happening for like years. I've been getting text messages for people looking for some dude named Bill. Like, I don't know.
There's
who the
some
fuck
dude
Bill
running
is.
around just being an asshole, giving them your phone number.
Probably. His name's probably not even Bill, but he owns a 2016 Chrysler.
We're narrowing it down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll find you, Bill,
We're coming for you.
and we're gonna kill you. Kill Bill, Volume 3.
Whoa. That was good.
It wasn't that good. Calm
It
down.
wasn't that
It was
great.
pretty good. It was pretty good.
Get your dick back in your pants.
It's not bad. My bean peen.
What is going on with you, man? Did you just need like some mic time for therapy to just unload?
I'm telling you, man, it's the sunglasses.
That's
I'm
why he
wearing,
showed
I'm
up.
wearing
He's like,
Bean
yeah, I can
sunglasses
make
right
it.
now.
He is, yeah. We'll have
And
to.
it's 100% that. I think it's because I know you can't see my eyes, so it doesn't matter like how I'm looking. I'm looking right now. I'm looking at you like I could kill you later on,
That's nice.
but I'm not actually, or am I? You don't know.
Yes.
But I don't know. Just the act of wearing these sunglasses is making me feel a little bit spry. If you know what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah,
I can tell.
feels good.
I've been
I like the
getting
power.
a few requests on when we're going to have the drunk versus stoned versus
Yeah, Bean.
Wooders video,
When's that going to come out?
dude.
I mean, we have so much footage just like chilling.
We have
And nothing's happening with it.
Well,
and it's all good. You know, like I'm just gonna give you shit about it
Until
every
it's out,
time I
right?
see you, and then it's gonna be.
Let's make.
It's still not gonna come out, but what?
What is your problem? Let's set a concrete date to have that footage done. Do you want me to do that? Do you want me to get serious and
then
set
a
that
plan
date?
to do the next one.
Want me to overpromise? All we need to do is finish the cardboard boat.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, have you seen those? They call them scooters underwater. Like they look like those. Got like
no.
little.
Oh, the things you hold in.
Like you hold on to them, and it's got like a little horsepower thing on there.
Oh yeah,
And they're supposed to propel you pretty decent.
Livingston's has one of those for win.
Really?
Yeah, you
kinda
can
rad.
win one for like 100,000 tickets.
Oh,
so if you
That's
spend
probably
30 grand,
that's probably a gross exaggeration. But still,
no, you
get
might
the
be right
idea.
on that. Yeah, I saw one on the Facebook Marketplace for like $200.
Oh boy,
really?
It's not bad.
So I'm gonna look and see how much they actually cost new. But I'm thinking as a boat engine for the cardboard boat underneath.
We gotta steer it too. You know,
True.
Like that is we can't just go straight.
Well, you're our boat expert.
That
Could we?
it'll work temporarily.
We will be able to go
and
straight.
We'll go straight for a little bit, and then we'll start to turn, and then we'll lose control,
And we won't know where
and
we're
then we'll
going.
just be going in circles. Eventually,
Could we mount something to it and actually, you know what I mean, and have it turn almost like a pole through the cardboard and do some kind of like PVC pipe and then have
you
a
want to put
handle?
a hole in a cardboard boat?
But seal, you know what I'm trying to. How else are we going to mount an engine on? You were talking about putting a trolling motor on there, right?
I was not. You were.
I was, but you were going along with it, so I figured you had a plan.
I was going
You didn't have
along
a
with it to
plan.
make you feel good about yourself.
We got to put a motor on there.
No, how, dude? I would say like oars. It's cardboard.
If we all get
bro.
a couple of those, like
It's
those tiny
cardboard.
fans that have like the
things
foam
barely
propellers?
gonna hold us.
I don't like this Wooders. Where's my optimistic? It's definitely going to work. We're putting an engine on that thing, Wooders.
We can put an engine on it, and we'll definitely film it because when it goes under, it'll be hilarious.
It's like, all right, here we go. We're gonna turn the engine on. We're gonna get in the boat. And
straight underwater.
sinks.
All right, see you guys later. I'm gonna get on my real boat now.
I don't know.
We
We
just
could
cut
get
the
those little
footage to the real boat.
those little engines that you're talking about. Those little
Yeah, the
10,000
little
horsepower
fans.
little fans. We can
Yeah.
just. He's right though. We're gonna have to have a way to steer it.
Get you would. You get a couple of them, attach them to a rope.
Yeah, just get a
and
broomstick
stick them in the
and
water,
hold
and
it.
then like kind of pivot them. You know.
I don't know why. And
put 'em on a
drop the
rake.
shtick for a second. But why couldn't we put a PVC pipe at the very back end, put it right through, seal the
We'd have
PVC
to have
pipe
something
in.
like sticking off, so it could
Hold on, he'll know what I'm talking about. We'll run some kind of rod through the PVC pipe out the other end. Obviously, it's gonna be long enough that the water's not gonna come out the other side, and then have it attached to that's like a little engine or a little thing. That way, you could steer it. And
So
the
you're
water's.
saying-
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
So you're saying put the PVC pipe through a hole in the hole.
Right, seal
Seal
the
it.
hole, right, with the Flex Seal, because
And then how
it's
are you
fucking
going to steer
Flex
it?
Seal, right?
And then how are you going to steer it?
Because the PVC pipe is a pipe, so
It's
you
fixed
put
in place.
and you put a rod
pivot it
into the
still?
PVC pipe, and then at the other end of the rod, it would connect, and then you could turn it like this.
I see what he's saying. So you wouldn't turn the PVC pipe.
See, now
That's
he
a
gets
maybe.
it, and he's like,
get
all
it.
right. Yeah,
That's
it
a
wasn't,
maybe.
obviously you can't turn the
Most of this is
sealed-
just me talking shit to you because I want to.
I know that. I can tell that today.
I'm sorry.
He's like, he wanted me to come back too, and here I am.
I'm back, bitch.
And we were worried about him being lost in the ocean.
Listen,
He lost
the
his
ocean
mind.
changes you.
Clearly.
Drank all that salt water. Went straight to his head.
No, it wasn't salt water.
So I guess we need
It was salty,
Yeah.
but it wasn't water.
Oh.
I can't wait for Cherokee to hear this.
I want to know what happened on that boat.
I think both of them have been painting a picture.
A good picture. Either
Yeah.
someone died or you guys did other
His
things.
is a little less Picasso,
You need
very
to stop-
clear.
You need to stop asking questions.
Yeah,
is what
I
I'm
need to
saying.
stop
Yeah.
digging into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Murdoch thought you guys were filming the sequel to the Chum movie that we haven't even done yet.
Oh, we were filming.
Oh my.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
we weren't filming.
the name of this episode is Wooders
like,
comes out of the closet.
I'm just kidding.
Don't put that on air.
Where's
that out.
Wooders out of the closet?
No, I'm very clearly not in any closet, so I'm cool. I'm comfortable with my
not
sexuality.
anymore.
Are you?
I'm perfectly comfortable.
Yeah. You
Too
wanna suck my dick?
comfortable. No, and I don't want to suck your dick. Wow. Because
Why not?
I'm comfortable with my sexuality,
Why not?
which is heterosexual. So I will
not
not be
that.
sucking any penises.
You want me to suck your dick?
No, I'm good, and I would not like any
Are
of
you
my.
positive?
I'm 100% sure I don't
I
want
think
you to
he's gonna
suck.
keep
I've never done it
asking
before,
until-
so.
Nope, no, I'm good.
He
Nope.
looked right at me. I don't know what's happening.
I'm okay.
I don't know what's happening on the
I'm
show.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Just a disclaimer. I'm totally kidding. Not gay. I don't know. You never know who's listening. So.
Oh.
It got real uncomfortable in here. And
You
not
want me-
because you'd be gay, but because if you're gay, you're coming on to us, and then it's
Do
like,
you want me
well,
to sit closer to you?
Radio Man does. He's waving you over.
That's why I sat over here, bro. I'm up against the wall.
Oh, there we
with
go. There we go. Oh, this
Little
is they're getting
fireside
snuggly.
chat with
Fireside
Radio Man
chat.
and Wooders.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, man. Hey,
He won't make eye contact. It looks like something's already happened.
Hey, buddy. You,
Why was the show so
You getting a
short
little
tonight?
uncomfortable?
Well, Radio Man thought he was going to get raped
all right, I'm done.
by Wooders wearing my sunglasses. Talk about psychologically scarred.
I told you, man, me wearing these is like summoning the inner spirit of Bean.
I'm just gonna sit in my corner and
And apparently the inner spirit of Bean is a little bit
Is super
homosexual.
gay? Because I feel like you're channeling GMFB, but wearing my sunglasses, because that's what it feels like.
I mean,
it is a little GMFB. He's channeling all of us somehow.
You
I
spend
feel
a
like.
lot of time with him, though. So that
So you're
makes
saying
a little bit of sense.
while I'm blocking the gayness,
spirit-
you're getting the gayness I'm blocking.
sunglasses are
off the-
absorbing.
You're not
all right.
blocking it. You're just
And then-
deflecting it back at Wooders.
Listen,
From the sunglasses.
Yeah.
They
All
hold
right.
a lot of the GMFB gayness. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're saying to throw those sunglasses
They
away
harm-
you're,
immediately.
They
you're
harness
basically
the
wearing his
homosexuality
gayness on
in
your
that.
face every single day.
Not that we have anything. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay. By the way, I just want to throw that as
Oh,
a
yeah, no,
disclaimer
no,
because
no
I
one
feel
said
like
that.
we're really taking a huge steaming pile on gay people, and I don't want to be that.
No, we're not.
Show.
We're not. We love
Wooders'
all of
best
you.
friend is gay.
Is that true?
Now, see, once you throw in my friend is gay, so it's cool.
That's why I said
what makes
yours.
it
It's
seem
cool, man. I got the gay
homophobic.
card.
You can't do that.
Do any of us in here have gay friends that we can play that card on? Because I don't even think
I had a gay
I
friend.
have a few, yeah.
There you go. What is
It's a
that?
fact.
It's a fact.
Hopefully
you said
they
fact,
don't hate
right?
me if they listen.
That's why he's doing it, because he has the pass.
I wasn't sure if he said fact or something else after he said that. But
What did you think I said? I have no idea. What sounds like the word fact?
I wonder.
Okay. All right.
Sack.
That, hat,
That's the only one I can think
pact,
Fact.
No.
Yeah.
pact.
He got it. He got it when I
listen.
dragged the A out.
of. Listen, if any of my friends that are into men are listening right now,
Well,
just
women
know
can
that
be
I'm
gay.
Well, I
not
was
the
going
one
to
who's
say
being
that was very,
homophobic
very
right now.
vague. You have women friends, right?
I do.
They can be gay.
They can be
but
straight
since
because he
we're
said
men-
into
Well,
guys.
I don't.
Whatever.
I guess
Radio
I
Man
do
is so
have-
confused
I
today.
do have a couple. Yeah, never mind. You do you. Do your thing.
I don't know what happened today.
Conduct the show.
What were we talking about?
I don't know anymore.
We were talking about you.
Intern Tyler turned the show gay. Imagine that.
That's definitely your
The
sunglasses.
snake puss.
I'm sorry. I like them.
I'm
I
buying
wouldn't-
new sunglasses. I
I
hope you
wouldn't be
understand.
wearing them
You're
if
like,
they weren't cool
you
sunglasses.
can keep those now.
No, I don't want them. But they've been on your face
You should have
for
took
far
those
too long for
sunglasses
you to
with
get
you.
rid of them now.
Should have never brought those in here.
Should have never left him here. I came in here. He's sitting in my chair. He's got my glasses on. He's doing an impression of me.
I had to
Not
summon
a
little
flattering
bit of
one,
the
might
spirit.
I add.
He was just kind of like grunting and like deeply breathing.
I'm Bean, and this is how I do radio. Hey, I know, and I don't know
Slouched
why
back
I'm
in
doing
his
the
chair.
impression for you guys because
Oh
you
my
all
God.
seen the impression and no one else
Oh
listening
my
can see
God.
me doing it. But
You were like practically laying down in your chair.
God,
Listen, you know you liked it though. It was pretty spot on.
So yeah, you're just on your phone all the time. You're like, screw these guys. They don't matter.
Did someone just knock at the door?
no, that was me.
That was
I
you?
was trying to get up and I kicked the
Oh, true.
table.
You trying to leave? You wanna
Just
get out?
slouch, man. Be you.
Get right back in it. I was gonna say, have you seen me slouch once until I was doing an impression of
You're
someone doing an impression
slouching
of
right
me?
now.
I'm not slouching.
You kind of are.
This is
You're
slouching.
slouching.
I am slouching.
I'm slouching.
I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Here we go.
Being you're slouching.
How's that?
That's perfect.
Thank you.
You're perfect.
Super posture.
He's stock bean now. Beanstalk now.
Next Wednesday, we will have the return of Stupid News Bingo.
The return of the. I was gonna do this.
Wooders, will you be here next Wednesday?
Yeah, probably.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
We'll have close to a full crew. We're still going to do donut roulette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
that thing you were talking
that
about.
thing that we're
we
gonna do.
never did.
Mhm.
Don't. What the fuck is that?
Also, can you bring your laser
Don't
pointer?
just nod at me like I didn't just ask a question.
Your face,
You're
dude.
like,
You're like,
oh yeah. Like
I asked, what is donut
you
roulette?
know what
and
donut
you're just
roulette is.
like smugly nodding. And I said that out loud because I'm on a microphone and there are no cameras.
It's where we all sit on donuts, but they're filled with different things.
sit on them.
Yeah, I didn't
What
want
are
to say
you
the
thinking
show
about?
idea.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil the show idea, bro.
Yeah, I'll explain to you off air. It's really.
This like it's a secret thing that we're
that
not
was
telling
my
people
that was
about?
my
Well, just-
like
we're just
my
going to save it
throwaway,
for the
you know?
for the.
We're not
It's
telling
like trying to throw
anybody about
people
it,
off my
including
scent.
me.
Basically, we're going to bring the wheel
No,
of
don't tell me about
misery.
it. Don't tell me about it. You're
Did
rude.
he not just ask?
He did. He did. He totally did. I don't know what's happening anymore.
So that's happening. My goal, and I go ahead and I'll say lock it in right now, just so I can make sure I have all that extra pressure on me. And Wooders offered to help, so I'm going to lean on Wooders. We plan to have the
Lean on me.
bowling footage up May 10th. Let's say May 10th, okay?
May 10th.
May 10th. Let's lock that in.
Cinco de
It should
Diaz.
already be up, so why not make it super long? You know, what did you just say?
Cinco de Diaz. Or Diaz de Cinco. Whatever. I don't know. Isn't that the...
Are you trying to say Cinco
That's
de
like
Mayo?
the
No, but
Arrested
for the
Development
10th.
meme, right? They do Cinco de Cuatro.
Right.
Yeah.
Cinco de
De
Diaz.
Diaz.
That was so bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to write a whole bit for you.
Whatever, man. I was trying to do the Arrested
And me and
Development thing.
Wooders,
and
when is a good time that me and Radio Man can come over and help finish the boat. I can try to drag Cherokee over too since he lives closer to you. But
You
let's
have
get
the
the boat
cured
finished.
board.
I do have the cured board.
So
Cured bird.
The cured bird?
It's what it sounded like you said, so I was repeating it back to you.
I said cardboard. We'll listen over. We'll listen
We
back.
will. We will.
I'll listen to this
Thankfully,
again.
we're recording this
So-
conversation, or maybe not thankfully. But we can't do it.
We're just going to grab the cured bird and
We're gonna go over there to the park and need to build a cured bird.
get it straight out of the hospital.
I don't know what happened tonight. I'm so sorry.
Stop apologizing.
Can we do it
man.
at? Can we do it at your house, Radio Man? Since it's now apparently your
probably.
house.
Yeah.
Why
my-
can't we do
I
it at
have
your
my own
place?
house now?
It's
Okay.
at your place.
It's gated and it's garbage, and you don't want to do it there, man.
Yeah, just like shoot
Okay.
me a text.
He's got his own house now. His brother
It's
and mom
garbage.
moved out.
We're working with garbage. So,
We got to buy a bunch of Flex Seal.
yeah, we do.
No matter how this goes, we're gonna turn it. We're gonna try to do an electric Flex Seal cardboard car. I actually have a plan for that one. Not just hey,
Like,
let's have fun and try to put a boat together.
like an RC car, or
No. No, like
a go kart style thing, or like
it's probably going to end up being more go kart than what I have drawn out.
like an actual like SUV style car,
It will not be an SUV style car.
a duplex Humvee.
Wooders just gave you the "Are you dumbest?" the dumbest person I've ever met in my entire life.
That's not the look I was going for, but if that's how
You
you're
can't
came
tell with the
across that
shades
way.
on, man.
Okay,
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
tell.
That's true. That's why I'm wearing them.
I don't know.
I think we
Also,
should all just start doing the show in shades.
probably.
Oh, that'd be awful.
It
But
wouldn't
I'm
be.
gonna
That'd be
have-
terrible.
We're all going to not know what the other is.
Your voice just cracked, bro. It'd be awful. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
might have.
I'm just. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're good.
apologize. Anything that I'm saying to you guys, if it ends up hurtful, just know that I don't care.
Wow.
Okay. Radio Man, we know that we have to text him separately. So when you have a day that you know that we can work on the boat at your place,
Right. Yeah.
let us know.
Okay.
Like in the next week or two, seriously. Let's get
Well,
that finished.
Any day's fine. Like afternoons work. So
Okay.
just shoot me a text.
My schedule's pretty flexible. We're going to have to, the diva over here in the sunglasses. Are you farting and then wafting in it?
Yeah. He's
What is
shitting on all
happening
of us and then
over there?
I'm not farting.
He's like, bro, did your voice just
farted.
crack?
And
Did your ass just crack?
taking a solid inward whiff.
He's doing like, he's
like wafting it
no,
upwards.
That's not
Baked
the face
potato.
I was making. That was the
Green
smells
beans.
a lot
Oh,
worse than I was planning on it
asparagus.
smelling. It
like when
smells
you go
bad.
in, when you go in for a sample of your own and you're thinking it's going to be something different and then it's way worse than you
You know
thought.
how like you fart and like like you can smell it, but it doesn't really smell bad to you.
Like it's
'Cause
like
it's
a
yours.
weird more
Right.
than bad.
It
Right,
came from
right.
in you,
You,
so
like,
it's like
know
your
it.
body.
You're
accepts
intrigued.
it.
You're like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah, no,
Like,
this one
interesting.
smells bad.
Like, oh, I did have that to eat.
Like you're worried
I
about.
can tell. I was looking at you guys because I was like, I don't know if you guys.
Oh, that's bad, dude.
You're like, do you know a doctor?
It finally made its way
it's
to radio,
creeping
man.
over here.
That's
It's
awesome.
moving that slow. That's a bad sign. It's just a horde.
It's trapped. Oh, it's so bad.
It is now drowning Radio Man.
The bubble is getting larger. There's no ventilation
matter of
in this
time.
room, is there?
Oh God, no. There's definitely not very. It's only one vent, I think.
That's what I'm talking about.
Woo. Today on the show, we went old school and did gas chambers where Wooders just farted.
My eyes are burning.
How long can you stay in the Wooders
I can
gas
still
chamber?
smell it. So
It hasn't made it to this side yet, thank
My
God.
nose
There's a
is about
wall
to turn
there,
inside
so-
out.
It's got to cut through these monitors and all these mic stands.
can
And
you
hopefully,
actually smell it though?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not fucking with you.
Just making sure. I'm sorry. It was loud. I'm
past
surprised.
it.
you
I
didn't
heard
hear it.
that's what I heard a noise, and then I watched your face, and that's why I asked if you were wafting in something over there because it looked like you were, like fat bastard. He's, ooh, yeah, that's
It was audible.
That's something.
That's all I'm saying. Anyway, past the fart. it's
so. Radio Man, let's try to nail down a time to get the boat finished.
Yeah.
Okay.
'cause That boat is
That's key to the show.
How long ago did you guys start that boat?
We've been working on this boat longer than the
It's
Titanic.
been a year.
Oh, has it only been a year?
longer than
It's
the
probably
Titanic.
been longer.
I
than
think
a
it's
year.
been like a year and a half, honestly.
50 years.
It's pushing a year and a half. I think we started like last February.
That's not
That's
pretty
not
long.
bad?
That's
He
pretty
was gonna say
long.
that's not bad. You're right. If we were building an actual like
That's what I'm
30-foot
saying.
yacht
Yeah, like a
for
real
us for the
boat.
show with like, bathrooms and beds and
And you had it this done?
No,
that'd
it's
be
like
pretty
12
good.
feet.
Oh, really?
it's a 12-foot cardboard boat.
No seats.
But does it like fold? You said?
Well,
It's folded.
we
It
had to
doesn't
fold it. No, it's not supposed to fold, but circumstances called
Will
for
it,
what they
like-
did.
Will it like revert?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we got a plan. Hopefully,
it's weak.
He's
Flex
got a
seal.
plan. He's
It'll
got a
be
plan.
weaker.
It's fine.
We've got a boat expert.
Oh, I have no plan.
That's his
He
plan.
doesn't have
though.
a plan.
He's got a plan.
He just said he doesn't have a plan.
That's his plan, though.
Just winging it.
We get in there and he gets
But
his
it's a
hand.
boat.
He's like, it's like good boat hunting or good wooders hunting instead of Goodwill hunting, but with a boat.
What?
I missed what he said.
Don't worry about
He
it.
said he's winging it, but I said it's a boat.
And I looked at him like this.
You gave him the wooders look again. Maybe that's the T-shirt we ride with, since we can't figure out the one-liner.
We put a GIF on a T-shirt.
Let me say this right now. I cannot remember your name, and I apologize, but whoever
You
reached
don't know
out,
my name?
not you.
That's
Whoever
a
reached
problem.
out to Wooders and the show asking for a Wooders T-shirt with all of Wooders one-liners.
Yeah, dude.
I don't have any one-liners.
If
What are you
could
guys talking about?
specifically direct us to said one-liner or said show seriously, and I will put Radio Man or myself on it, and we will try to find the show
do
you're
it.
talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm being serious because it's becoming an inside joke amongst the crew because
And we're not trying to mess with this person.
And we're not taking you seriously.
We want to know.
We are, but we're not.
we
We are.
I kind of am because I want to know, is there something that you said a couple times, maybe 2 years ago, that was stuck with somebody
Listen,
and they think you're
usually-
the funniest person in America? Because I want to know what you said.
Usually, I don't talk that much. Like I'll
That's
like
what I'm
say-
saying.
So I mean, like
Did you-
anything
did
that I
you-
say
was there like
could
a
be
zinger?
considered a one-liner.
Was there like a
I don't
zinger
know.
you got thrown in there maybe and then that just resonated?
The only thing that I can think of that could have been a zinger is when I was fucking what's the word, ratting on Evan during our little.
Oh, you did say something about him. Yeah, that was pretty funny. You said
I just listened to that show.
Said
but
something
I
about
don't
like
remember.
you didn't
at least
impact
now
on
we
radio,
don't
man.
have to hear about how our
Well,
show
it's-
sucks
you know,
every time we come in.
That's pretty good. I do remember that
That's
now. Well, Radio Man said he
but
just
that's not
listened
really
to that
like
whole
a
show and
one-liner.
said
That's more of like a statement,
that's like a little quip, little
Just a sentence.
yeah,
like a little 1-2 jab.
yeah.
It's a little much to put
We'll
on a
continue to
shirt, is all
investigate
I'm
unless we
saying.
hear from you. If you can direct us to which I'm trying to relabel the shows now to season to make it easier,
Again.
so we can find the stuff. But
It's not, yeah, it works.
We appreciate the listening,
we do, but I don't still
but
know
we're
what
gonna
Wooders
need
said.
a little bit of specificity.
If anybody can find a Wooders one-liner, you
Please.
get a T-shirt.
Well, he walk that back. Don't start promising things like that because knowing our luck, we'll find out we have more listeners than we thought we did, and then we're bankrupt because we have to send out
Get
like 87
30
t-shirts.
links. It's
Don't
like
do
I
that.
found it. You get nothing. but
87
it's
shirts
cool
would,
if you
would
can-
bankrupt us.
Probably.
That's depressing.
we're right. We're walking that nice fine line.
You heard that, all 87 of you.
Yeah, all 87.
Don't
Yes.
fool yourself. It's like 93.
Yeah.
Come on.
A little more than
87.
that.
Not everybody's gonna find a one-liner. It's most.
I was gonna say I figured it was the 10 listeners that found a bunch of one-liners. All right, we're done. Monday on the show, I'm gonna try to keep the twice a week thing going until we can increase it. Monday on the show, we'll have Murdoch back in with another Beandock Saint story. Beandonk. Boy, we're just beaning up the words today. Bean words, Beandonk.
A little bit of BP. You know what I'm saying?
Some BP.
Bean pain. DP and the BP.
You know that's getting hashtagged tonight, right? Just
Hashtag Bean Peen.
Bean Peen.
God damn.
Next Wednesday, hopefully, I'm gonna reach out to Cherokee. Hopefully, we'll have a full crew. Wooders says he'll be back.
I'll be here.
We will
Probably.
do. You're not allowed to wear my sunglasses next week.
I'm gonna wear them anyway.
No,
For sure.
I think he has to.
All you have to do is
you
walk
gotta
out
start.
of a room.
I know. I'm just gonna.
Because you're not gonna remember to keep them with you.
You do realize how permanent staples for a character happen, right? Like we start going out for remotes, you're gonna have to wear those sunglasses everywhere we go. At 11 o'clock at night, it's not gonna matter. It's like put your sunglasses on.
They're your sunglasses, so I will wear them fucking proudly.
As long as you have them, he'll be wearing
And
them.
summon the
Summon
gay
the-
GMFB from your face.
The inner. No, I don't even know how to address that. Oh my god. Wooders, anything before we get out of here? Anything else that I can't believe I'm throwing the mic back to you one more time?
Hey, you guys stay tuned because one of these times coming up pretty soon, we're going to have
I'm gonna right in the face, dude.
Summer
I'm gonna kick him right in the face. Go ahead. Sorry,
We're
Wooders, go
going to
ahead.
have the Summer Survivors, or at least two of them.
I'd pay to see that fight.
What fight?
You two.
Me and
Oh,
Dean?
I thought you were talking about he was fighting the Summer Survivors. I was like,
I'd fuck
whoa.
him up. No, they would fuck me up.
Yeah?
But I'd fuck Jay up.
Check them out on Spotify, iTunes,
They're
all that stuff.
Somewhere, but they're definitely
How would you
on
describe?
YouTube.
They're very. I mean, they're like less than Jake,
They're
right?
like
very
reggae,
in that
they're
realm-ish.
reggae rock.
Yeah,
kind of punkish, but not really. It's more
But
like
a little
bit of white boy reggae.
Okay,
is what I would describe.
Nothing
them
wrong with
as.
that. Little
But they-
radio man reggae. It's what we call that. here.
They play a lot of like the reggae festivals. So when Reggae Rise Up comes around, they play with them sometimes.
Oh, nice,
They've
okay.
played with Soja.
If someone's name was Ray and they were homosexual,
Revolution,
would they be called reggae?
They've played with a number of different good reggae bands, and they're getting signed on Epic Records and going on tour with Chevelle.
Oh, nice. Yeah, let's get them in here before they
So-
disappear and become too big for us. We get them in before they're huge and they remember us, and then when they become huge,
They've been playing local shows here in Sarasota for like 9 to 7 years.
I don't know how we haven't had them on air. We were somewhat of a staple a few years ago, if you remember correctly. So we should have them on air then.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We have definitely fallen.
We should. I told him about it. We talked about it. It's going to be, his name is Paul, and he's going to bring his bassist, which I don't know him. Paul's the only person who's been in the band all 7 to 9 years.
Oh, nice. Okay. And we're trying to get Wooders to bring his guitar and possibly do a jam session. That's what I'm trying to get done. There's no promises
Listen,
on
if
that.
we can get them set up, I will bring, because I wouldn't want to be a part of it. If they're comfortable using my guitar and
Right,
amp and
okay.
using also my bass and amp, or if they want to bring their own shit.
I thought it would be really funny to have them like play in the corner and then have you sit there like a little kid who doesn't have like a dad that holds the guitar and just kind of looks really sad until they motion you to come up on stage, and then you can clap excitedly and then.
And I'm assuming this would be filmed.
Yes.
Okay, because
I thought that was
that's not obvious.
I thought that was
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Because that'll just be picked up over the
mic.
mic.
Be down to do that. That'd be.
Boy, is there
funny.
something in the building making everybody just fucking full of sass tonight? Holy shit.
Is there something in the building that's just upping your butt hurt level?
Do you see what I'm talking about? Radio man, anything before we get out of here?
Just proving the facts. What?
Twitch. Follow our Twitch page.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about Twitch real quick, right?
Arcade.
What about there was a phone number that you used to say all the time?
That was for Ricos. I don't know. Do we do that anymore?
I mean, we're still good with Ricos, but they're not advertising right now.
I still remember the number.
You can throw it out, sure. why not?
941-922-9604.
If you're in the local area, they're good pizza.
Give us pizza.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'll talk it. Yeah, we will rework that out. Don't worry.
Twitch page is up. It's like the tune-in thing where it's like streams old shows.
While our tune-in actual radio station, BS Radio Network, is down, we're streaming all our shows and stuff on Twitch.
On Twitch, yeah. With me
And
playing in the background.
Radio Man is now in charge of that since we fired it again.
It's all me. Gamer Ryan.
And we've got a lot of comments on Twitch actually asking for some live shows and us to do commentary while we play. And now that I got Wooders in here, we can actually ask Wooders, since us three probably game more than anybody else on the show. I know Cherokee
Right,
does too a
yeah.
little bit. And actually Murdoch apparently plays the crap out of like Madden and NBA Live and that kind of stuff.
Really?
But yeah. But we are the three probably biggest gamers, so why not get together, pick a game, PUBG something, and stream on the
Apex or something.
stream
yeah.
across. Have you host a stream? Host a party? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, so it
Xbox or
picks
the
up
thing,
all
so it
night.
picks up all three, and then we
Audio.
can just host a host a show and just
do that.
shoot the shit for an hour. What do you think, Wooders?
Just gonna shoot shit.
Just
We're
line the
just
shit
gonna-
up and then
we're gonna
shoot it.
get into a game, and
Okay.
then we're not gonna play it. We're just gonna.
I am down
shoot
for
some
that.
shit.
The first 10 minutes will be hysterical because it'll all be us arguing over what game to play. He'll want to play PUBG.
like, no, I don't wanna play
you want
that.
to play
No, I
Apex.
don't wanna
I'll
play
try
that.
to make both of you happy and say, let's play both. And then Wooders will say, no, fuck Apex. And you'll go,
Well, okay.
PUBG's boring.
If like you
And I'll
guys
say
want to play
Apex is too much like
PUBG,
Fortnite. And then
You think PUBG's boring? You're boring.
I played like 20 minutes of a
You're
PUBG
boring.
game, and it lagged out.
I will say this,
You're
though.
boring.
As far as radio goes, PUBG might be the better bet because we can
There's a lot more
crack.
going on.
It's
and
a,
it only
it's,
lags
it's,
out if like it,
Well, just my
I have
internet
not had it
is so
lag
bad.
out.
Yeah, and you
once
both are on OG
since it's, like,
Xboxes, so
new.
that's not the excuse. He can say he's on OG
No, I
Xbox
know.
too.
Is
So
PUBG
Yeah.
cross-platform?
yeah,
Oh, it's
I don't know if you can. I don't know if the PlayStation allows that, but yeah,
PlayStation.
it's on PS4 now. I'm
Well,
saying I
why are
don't
you
know
talking
if you
about
can cross play
PlayStation
to.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure you can cross play to
I
PC
meant
to
on my
Xbox.
computer. Yeah.
But I'm saying you can just stream Xbox over the PC like we're doing
Right,
now.
Yeah.
You don't have a microphone.
No, I don't. I tried to test my headphones today, but it didn't work.
buy one.
Yeah, you got to go get one.
Well, throw me one of these mics, and then we'll talk.
To have one of these, you need a board.
Oh shit!
I can throw a USB mic, and that would work, but you can't. This is an XLR. You can't use.
Nah, damn.
Just go buy one.
Yeah, they're expensive though.
Just get the shitty Xbox one.
Yeah.
For now,
like the one
I've
with
been
only
using
get the
the
$7.
one.
Yeah, get the $7.
right.
Seriously,
I've been using the one that came with the Xbox.
if you have it,
Ever
Like the
since.
one
Yeah,
with the one headphone and the mic coming off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works fine.
that was awesome.
That was pretty
We
funny.
just had someone come in our building or in our studio, not the cleaning crew actually.
Definitely not our building.
Whoops!
That'd
It's
be
my
cool.
building. I own it.
And you're quitting.
I don't.
So.
What? No,
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Never
So,
mind. He's not quitting, everybody. So what? Finish
So
your
yeah,
statement.
Twitch, BS Show Arcade.
BS
Check that
Show,
out. Click follow.
Mother flipping arcade.
I have an idea. I'm going to talk to Radio Man after we get off air about giving something away, so we can start getting some more followers.
Stay tuned. But you guys got to follow. You gotta
Facebook is
watch.
BS Show. Instagram is BS Show. Twitter's Bean and Superbad still because BS Show someone took it. I don't want to have BS Show official or one or anything.
Yeah. No one wants that.
Because I had Bean and Superbad on everything first, and then when that whole thing happened, I changed everything to BS Show.
Right.
But everybody else jumped on the BS Show thing. Wooders, you want to get one more crack in at me?
I love you, and I'm glad that I was here tonight.
Aw.
Such an asshole. You're welcome.
I can't win.
You can't.
I said something nice, and you're
You
like,
did.
asshole.
Because the one time I'm like, let me have it, throw something at me, he's like, I love you, man. Thanks for being my friend.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to shit on you, but no thanks.
But this time I
also
won't.
appreciate
'cause we're
you
friends.
assuming I was dead.
We were worried about you.
Kinda, yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah, worried about me, but I didn't get any phone calls. I didn't get
all
any
there was a
solo
picture.
text messages.
There was
a picture of you and Frank
You guys
on
didn't
a
even
boat.
hint towards it in the group messages, so fuck you.
How would you know? You silenced it.
Because I read it.
You might want to go back and read
I
it.
read
You
it
might want to
after the
scroll
fact.
up, buddy.
He still reads it.
I will
mean, it
scroll
might
up
not
and
get
then I will
alerted.
Scroll up.
screenshot where you don't talk about it.
So the whole conversation. We'll see you guys.
That was the
on
idea.
Monday.
Oh my gosh.
You're welcome.
You've been listening to The BS Show, starring Bean,
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
the coolest guy in the room, Cherokee Frank,
Got any papers?
Matthew McConaughey's illegitimate love child, Wooders,
You can bring us two absolute martinis with 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
questions, comments, concerns, or think you can do it better, hit us up on Facebook at The BS Show. For all other BS, check us out on Instagram at BS Show or on Twitter at Bean and Superbad. Thanks for listening, and until tomorrow, always remember,
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I agree.
The content of this show is meant to be humorous. It is based off of our own creative thinking as a gift to your ears. However, the Bean and Superbad show may not be suitable for people who can't take a joke, people who get butthurt too easily, people who have an inflated ego, people who cry themselves to sleep, people who suffer from excessive shrinking of testicles due to steroid use, or for people who find themselves obsessively posting anything and everything they can on Facebook pages of shows they work for and can't cut it because it's way too much work and they're way too fucking lazy. What we're trying to say is, it's just entertainment. Enjoy.
and you're welcome.
Warning: the following comedy program may contain opinions, facts, news stories, and other content that may be offensive to the following people: anyone easily offended, anyone leaning too far left, anyone leaning too far right, anyone who used to work on the show, anyone who works at STLR, anybody whose on-air name is the same as a bassist from Avenged Sevenfold, anyone who's racist, anyone who takes social media seriously, hell, anyone who takes anything too seriously, and most importantly, anybody who's PC. The BS show is not politically correct, nor do they practice or support political correctness in any way, shape, or form. If you're offended, turn us off. Don't be a bitch. Basically, what we're trying to say is just entertainment. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You're welcome.
When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I read that once on a can of lemonade. But I like to think that it applies to life.
I don't want lemonade. It's too sweet, and it makes my tongue feel gritty. So maybe it's time for a change. Starting now, when life gives me lemons, I'm gonna slice them up into wedges and throw them into vodka tonics, which I will then sip in a burlesque nightclub that I co-own with actor Tay Diggs and 2 of the Pussycat Dolls.
The girl go up there like into her elbow.
Whoa.
By your shit pushed in.
What, to her elbow?
Like, she went to the point where her bed stood really high off the floor, and she had a low ceiling fan. I almost died by death of ceiling fan.
That shocked me.
Those are the people who don't know what just happened.
It has all my
For
sound.
some reason, there was a
here.
picture of a penis.
It was my penis.
Of Superbad's penis on
My tablet.
Your tablet just lying on the table. So now me and Bean have officially seen Superbad's penis.
I'm not trying to put my penis out there like that. My bad.
Oh my god.
If you don't know, now you know.
You're listening to The BS Show.
It is BS Show.
You're back.
We are here with Murdoch for another edition of the Murdoch Saints. No, Boondock. No, Beandock. No, I messed it all up.
The Beandock
The
Saints.
Beandock Saints. Thank you.
The Beandock Saints.
The Beandock Saints. Every once in a while when we don't have Cherokee or Wooders in the building,
which is most of the time,
which seems to be a lot, we do our little story time.
Our special extravaganza.
And we're all going to take turns telling stories, but here the first few of these are definitely going to be Murdoch because, you know, he's going to carry this because that's what he does.
He says that's what I do because that's the nicest way for him to say.
That's what you do.
If you weren't even considerably applicable to my success in the near future, I'd never say hello to you.
That is
How about
not
that?
true.
How about that?
Wow.
I made you walk out on that branch a ways.
Oh my God.
And if it snapped before you finished the end,
Super
you're not smart
G.
enough to hear the end.
Yeah, no, keep going.
Yeah,
A little bit farther.
What's that? No, just a little further. One more foot.
I'm open. No, keep going.
Ed wants to. My son's name is Ed. For those that don't know, what up, Ed? He's about to graduate 8th grade, and he wants to play football. He's going to go to Riverview. He's in a private school now,
nice
K through 8. So he hasn't had organized sports. The last time that you saw him, Jay,
yeah,
he was smaller than the next time you're going to see him. He is 6 foot.
Man, you guys listening could not see his face, and it was serious. I'm not messing with you. Has he got taller too?
He's 6 foot tall.
Because there was like a span where I was seeing him like every couple of weeks there, and I was noticing that he looked like he was getting taller.
He's taller than you are now. He's as tall as Radio
Like
Radio
6
Man.
foot, yeah. Right
He's that tall. And
is he thinning out a little too?
He is. I fought a weight. I mean, I said I fought like I'm done the fight. I'm at 246. I'm so modest, so humble. Hashtag humble. Hashtag modest. Hashtag.
Hey, if you've lost half of yourself, if there was another one of you that you could hug and it becomes the old you, then you've done some work. No, I think so.
I told a man once upon a time that I was sick when he said, "Jesus, are you okay? Are you sick?" That's what he told me when he saw me, because weight A from a year to weight B, he was making light.
You need to tell everybody it's for a movie role. That way, no matter what way the weight's going,
That's
it's
right.
always for a movie role. What, are you sick?
smart.
No, man, I'm
That's
slimming
kinda
down for this movie role. I'll be right back up to 507 when this thing's done.
That's my
healthy
507.
resting weight.
My go-to play when being weighed involves making the person really uncomfortable that's weighing you. That's one of my favorite things in the world to do.
By the way, making people uncomfortable is, I've now noticed with this new, fuse.
Is it as awesome as I told you it was?
It's the best way to counter douchey, politically correct, a-hole people with no morals but act like they have morals. It's the best. It is just
People really uptight about
Oh,
shit.
it's so fun.
Yeah.
Oh man. And it's so easy. It is.
That's it. Because it's a sweet. It really could go on either side of,
I know
of
and it
wherever
sounds
you
like
stand.
being a complete dick, but I'm not saying doing it
I
to
get
nice
it,
people.
yeah.
That's
You
not what I
get
mean.
to be the ultimate dick.
I mean, out dick the dicks. Like,
That's what I was.
And
Yeah.
get a helmet or get a crown of the dick. Because you get to be such a dick.
you're the
Game
Jedi
of
master,
dicks.
and you're just taking out the Sith. Like they have no idea.
No idea at all, and you just win. It's just a win every time. It's a 9th inning home run to win the game.
By
It's
the way,
just a walk off.
You got to reel that stuff in too, because it's kind of like I'll be at line. I'm not kidding, man. I'll be at line at. I was in line at Publix. Was it yesterday or the day before? And I had. It's the express line, right? And it's like 10 items or less. And this guy's in front of me with like 30 things.
What?
And he's just putting them down and he's looking back at me and he's putting them down and he looked back at me again. Like, I don't know if like he wanted me to say something. So I said something, you know, I started harassing him like in a funny way. I was like, yeah, what's up? Because he just looked at me. He's like, oh, how are you? And I was like, got a lot of stuff. Oh, I was just in a hurry. I was like, yeah, I am too. I'm at lunch. That's why I only have a sandwich. Oh, do you want to go in front of me? I'm like, no, you're in a rush.
Yeah, no, you're doing great.
It was awesome. I was just being a complete. And it's not like funny. It was funny to me because he was just
funny to you, and you were letting him know that you knew what he was
the cashier
thinking.
was dying, by the way.
Of course they were.
The cashier was just laughing.
you were mind raping that guy the whole time, and you just. Oh man, you were moisturizing in between the times.
And I was like, it's so cool that I didn't realize that you could put more than 10 things. That's so cool. I didn't know that. I should have went and got more stuff. I'm going to do that next time. And I was just kind of saying that to myself while he's standing next to me. I'm like, that's so awesome. And I just kept laughing like, this is great. I can do more than 10 things.
When I'm given
in the express lane.
You don't get to beat up the nerd anymore. You don't get to call him the F word. You don't. There's all these. Be sensitive, Murdoch, and don't.
Yeah, no. That.
A
lady at Whole Food. That was Publix lady at Whole Food cut me off in front of me in line, and I'm just like, no, that's cool. And she turned around. I'm like, no, it's fine. No, that's cool.
Yeah, no, that's
you
great.
You clearly have somewhere you have to be. I don't. So
and
please go.
That's the payoff. You lead him down. No, that's cool. No, it's fine. As you're finishing putting the bullets in your gun. You're like, no, that's cool. You go ahead. I'm done. And then he clicks it shut.
And
it's like, I'm over it.
And it makes people mad because they did it to make you mad. Like someone will do something like that, like cut you off, and kind of give you a look, and you're like,
switch it on them.
What's like secondhand nature for some people?
No,
here's
cool.
$1. You want me to pay for your groceries too? You piece of shit. That's fine.
And then you're just smarter than them for 5 minutes, and you just keep poking them. Oh,
it's amazing.
In my recent meltdown on Murdoch Avenue, I said someone tried to go around the corner like I'll head them off at the pass, like with intellect. So they take the slow road on
Don't
something.
play Arrested Development games with me.
They're like, okay, we'll just head them off at the pass, and they go one way. And when they get to the pass, I'm sitting there with my feet up on a Gatling gun.
Yeah, sipping a lemonade.
And I said, you guys, I'm up here, and you guys are way down here. You're so little, when I look out the window, I can't see you. Oh my God. Yeah, that's good stuff. Your dad loves you when he says that to you. That's awesome.
That was to my son, by the way. That's
yeah. Hey, love you, pal. He's got football. It starts next week. Goes to practice.
So he's going to go?
He's going to play. He's going to go.
What position?
Yeah,
he's trying out
quarterback.
We hadn't even.
If he's 6'2", 210.
Yeah, he had lost some weight. Yeah, you asked if he had slimmed down before I had my super triple prism conversations with you just now. He had lost some weight, and he's pretty hyped about that. He
14
went from
or 15 though. He's going to need to put him on defensive end. You need to get him some cardio so he can rush the edge, man.
The coaches will put him. He played I-9. He played flag football. Man, he can get the hands and the feet the old man's got.
You think
and he's 6.5 feet tall, and that offensive line, that defensive line. Be quick, man, and be sharp. It's not about running. He's never going to win a 40
if you can get him 6'3" and 245, you put him on the end.
I would challenge you to find a guy that's 260 pounds that can jump up and down and give you push-ups like a guy that I know.
Turn him into Jason Taylor.
Yeah. And let him marry a white girl
that's not what I meant at all, but you
I believe that Jay is deep sleeper shade on Zach Martin because he loves Zach Martin.
Zach Thomas,
pardon me. Zach Martin. That's right. That's how important he is to me. I disrespected him with the last name and then let him think that I did it by mistake.
The old me would have been like, I can't believe. But you know what? Since I
Did
quit,
you see him
since
pucker?
I quit,
that was what the pucker was. He was like, oh.
And then he stopped.
No, it processes now. And it's like whatever.
The pieces I throw in that machine.
No one believes me about the Dolphin stuff because I am not. I have quit them. I've unfollowed them on our stuff, all our social media. I've bagged all my stuff at home and put it in bags.
Oh my God. This is the next seed
Oh,
I
it's no
helped
seed.
plant. I watched it get planted.
Oh, it's done.
And I'm waiting for it. It's going
Why
to take a while.
care? Why care about something that constantly disappoints
Daddy,
you?
why is that
on
old
my-
man sitting looking at that tree? Oh, he's waiting for that tree to be just ripe. He wants to be there the day they chop that sumbitch down. It might take a long time. Jay's been able to really
I know what you think
disassociate
you're doing.
himself with anything that causes him an inkling of discontent. But I know it's if it breathes,
He thinks it's
we can
heroin.
kill
He
it.
thinks it's in my DNA, and I'm not
It
going to be able
is.
to kick it.
It is. No, you can't.
He is so
you can't
sadly
quit
mistaken.
me.
When things popped up here, everything popped, man.
It's a Marvel movie. This is a Marvel movie. He
No,
pretends
'cause
like
it's
he
funny
doesn't know
because
it's going to take
It's
15
funny, no, because
years.
I sound crazy, but it's funny because the universe clearly hates me. Because you know what? I was like, screw it. I'm going full in on the Lightning. And not because I'm a Lightning fan, but I'm I got him. I'm like this year. I'm like I'm going to go nuts, and I did. The second football ended, I went full in. I watched more games than I've ever watched. I was completely ready to go. I was going to go to the playoff game. Something came up game one, which I'm glad because I watched them fall apart.
Oh, they didn't do good.
They tied the NHL record for most wins in a season. Like they did Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan
Stop
style stuff.
and think of what he just said. That of any year ever in the history,
They
of
were
the
smashing
hockey
team
league.
like 8-1 on a nightly basis. They're
Oh.
the only team in history to what was it? They had how many 7-game winning streaks in a row did they have overall?
Like 3 or
some stupid number
big
of
number.
7 or more win streaks in a row that's never been done. They get to the first round of the playoffs. They're up 3-0. And then they lose it 4-3 in the third period, and then they proceed to get just dismantled in game 2. Then game 3 they were like, hey, we're kind of making a shot. By then it was too late. In game 4, I mean they pretended to care and it didn't matter. They got swept.
It was too late.
They got swept. They set an NHL record for wins and then got
Set
swept.
another NHL
That should
record.
tell you that I've quit the Dolphins because the sports universe said, oh, okay, we'll bring this garbage bad luck right on along here with you. And guess what? So I said, you know
here
what?
you go, some icing
Back
on
to
the
the
cake.
Rays. I'm going to watch baseball again for the first time in 15 years. They're 13-2. I'm going to be. They haven't won a goddamn game since I started paying attention.
Well, maybe just pay attention to them with like a side eye, like kind of watch the game.
I'm going to have to go back. Everything I care about and try to blossom into something turns into
I'm
garbage,
still
which is why I
sitting
don't
in
care
front of the
anymore.
Miami Dolphins Jeepers Creepers body. I'm just waiting for it to come back.
It's dead.
No,
It's never
you've
coming
taken
back.
everybody else along the trip. You put them all on the tractor with the.
Well, it's
with
funny because
with the
initially I
trailer.
said I was taking a year off, but I've decided I don't give a shit. I'll watch my Gators play, and I'm going to be so goddamn football crazy for college
The
football
Dolphins
this
are
year.
going to go 5-0.
Yeah.
And he's going
I
to be
know-
like,
I see-
yes.
I know what
he's
you're
gonna,
planning.
No. He's gonna have to stick his head out of the forest.
Yeah, what if
As
they
a-
start doing good?
This is what's going to happen.
Here's what happens.
He
The
has to
only
walk
way
out.
that I have to end up watching that game is because I have to go to a Super Bowl party with Murdoch or GMFB, and they're in the Super Bowl. Outside of that, I won't watch, and I won't want to watch, and I probably would skip
He's-
that party.
his
I
insides
don't care. I don't
quotes
care.
the Raven
I spent
nevermore.
30 years of my life carrying Murdoch. I don't care. I promise you, it's over.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Telltale Heart.
That's right.
Fuck both of
it's
you.
going to be there,
You
and it's
guys
going to bump
screw
a bump
both of you.
when they're 2-0. It's not even. It's going to be
No,
the first
it's
win.
not. Can't
If
run
they
from it,
go
Jay.
week 1 win, I won't say a word. I'll never bring him up because as they win, he is going to be hurting inside
Radio
so
Man.
bad.
No. Here's what the Dolphins did, okay? Not only was I mad, not only was the bridge burning, they brought in Wile E. Coyote style dynamite to further the gap by signing some 40-year-old overweight douchebag quarterback that I can't stand to tank on purpose.
He
I don't
supported.
care. I supported a team and poured money, blood, sweat, tears into it. Actual tears as a kid. I don't want to support garbage. It's garbage. Who cares to support garbage?
He-
It's garbage.
Has to pay
That's
the bill.
sports, right? It
He's-
changes all the time.
They're asking him card or
It
cash.
changes, but it's the stupidity, and the stupidity hasn't changed for 15 years. This
is
so I don't want to
yummy to
watch
me,
it anymore.
listening
He
to this
thinks
right
I'm
now.
going to care again, and the best part is
I'm getting
not.
paid right now.
I'm
This
really
is
not.
So good.
The joke's on him.
Would you like the rest in a doggy bag, sir? No, I'll think I finish it here. This
I'll have what he's having.
This portion of the show is brought to you by. Look at him. He looks like an English woman. He's like, no, the tea's just fine. Oh yeah, I'm
It's
close.
great because It doesn't.
Look at his eyebrows. He's getting murdered.
I think it's hysterical because I have to wait so
Chiefing
long
on a
to prove
Murdoch
him wrong.
stick.
I've got to wait until December to prove him wrong. I almost hope they're good.
They're gonna
I
win.
almost
They
hope
are gonna
go-
be good.
I hope
And it's
they
gonna
go
be-
13-3 and win the
He's
division,
gonna go
so I can
1-0.
still
And
not
then you
give a
won't
shit.
care? But
So I
will
can
you
st-
actually not?
I
And
won't
after
give a
week
shit.
1, the Miami Dolphins are leading the division.
They signed a Patriots coach to be their coach. Why would I mean? They finalized all possible bridge burnings that could ever be burned. They pulled.
What if they actually burned
man,
a bridge?
this feels good.
No more hypothetical with you.
What if the entire Dolphins team went to a wooden bridge and set fire to it?
I hope they were standing on it. Not the team so much as the
Well,
front
they're
office.
dolphins, so they can swim.
You see, when bringing the iron from cold water to hot water instills the integrity of the new
This
iron.
is why he's Vegeta. You ask why he's Vegeta? Because he's getting really overconfident right now, thinking he's got me, Goku, and that he's got me beat already, and that it's over. When in reality, I'm just over here smiling.
That's not even his final form.
Right?
You ass!
Don't you think I don't know?
God.
I am quite familiar.
Oh gosh.
We got a quick story in there from you?
Yeah.
I think Radio Man has something he's got to do shortly.
What are you doing, Radio Man?
I gotta be somewhere at 5.
Cool.
Yeah.
You ever seen a K9 unit before?
You know, actually, I'd never seen. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
had.
you went to get into detail on that from last.
I got almost
show.
got pulled over by a canine unit.
I want to hear about
Now, was the canine driving?
No, okay. Or evening.
Sweet.
Okay, so
What else? I need
What the
more.
hell is that? You
Oh,
thought I was
Scrappy
cheating.
or Scooby?
A ring ding.
Scooby.
You look like not Scooby.
What do I
Are
look
we
like,
not
Shaggy?
hypothetically? What if a dog pulled you over? We can't play that game.
So I like smoked this stop sign, and I was going like 30 miles an hour.
With you now.
No,
What
like-
do you mean by that?
No, like
Is
I
that
almost
some young
fucking-
kid slang term for weed?
I almost fucking hit this car.
Okay, Murdoch, does that
trying
not
to
sound like a
turn.
weed slang term a kid would say? So I just
Especially
smoked the stop sign, bro.
referencing Scooby-Doo and
Right?
the mystery van.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely.
Anyway, so I was driving through these back roads, and it's
So I
like
had some drugs
25
in my car.
I did. Also that.
I did.
And
he's so proud. Yes,
I was like late for work, so I woke up like 30 minutes after
Nothing
I had
new.
to be to work.
That's pretty late. Yeah. When you're
So I'm
waking
like-
up after the time you're due to
So
clock
I'm
in.
like, oh fuck! I'm like, I need
Yeah.
to haul ass to work. I
I'd
was
be
going
pissed.
like so fucking fast down these back roads, and I stopped. Air quotes stopped. Didn't stop. There was a car coming at the other intersection, like the other stop sign, and I almost hit him with like the side of my mirror and like my bumper and all that stuff. Look, man, I had to be to work. Okay, I had somewhere to be. All right, and there was a cop behind me. I guess that whole time, and I just didn't even know. And I pulled.
But
in.
you were white, apparently, because
No,
that's
I
the way
pulled into
society
work.
works. If you
I
were
pulled
Cherokee Frank, I feel like the first guy you cut off, we would have watched see something on the news. That's just my opinion. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I like pulled into work, and he was like behind me. He was following me into the parking lot. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I guess I'm gonna get a ticket.
Then he went
or
to a food place, and he's like,
something,
"Oh, all
whatever.
right."
But then I got out, and I had my uniform on and all that. He's like, all right. Well, I guess if you're just trying to go to work, that's fine.
Also, he
but-
did actually pull behind you.
Yeah, and I
Also,
I,
he
like,
let
got
you
out of
cool
my
like
car.
11 felonies before he pulled you. Okay.
It's like,
Yeah,
cool.
no, he let
Look
me
at his
get away
hair.
with
Look, his
everything.
name's probably like Trevor or Vance or something. Look how
Kyle.
cool that kid is. That's what they said.
He was just trying to make sure you weren't Cherokee Frank.
Yeah, but he was.
Once
a
you got out of
super
the
cool
car,
dude.
he whatever he said when he saw you get out of the car had nothing to do with the
No.
reason why he let you off.
Look at that privileged white guy with that hair. He's fine. Hey,
If you-
Republican.
If he gets behind you and Cherokee steps out of that, God, I wish Cherokee was in here. I would be like, Cherokee, what would have happened? Cherokee would have filled you in on what would have happened.
Well, that dog just sketched me out. I heard him like barking and shit. I'm like, I got.
And you had cannabis with
in
you?
my car, yeah. So I'm like,
That is
If
awesome.
he looked at my car, it would have been.
Again, he probably even knew. Nah, you're fine.
Yeah. You don't
See,
have anything,
I feel
right?
like, see, I want to write a skit where I feel like he gets out like those paint things at Bear, or Bear paint things at Home Depot, and he holds up next to you and he just slides it over and he goes, nope, you're good.
He's like, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
The shadeogram. He's,
Yep.
Let's see.
No, see, buddy, you got to be this far before I care about that marijuana in the
It's
car.
either eggshell white to vanilla white. That's the accepted.
Well, you got the
degree.
Yeah, because you start getting into the Irish pink red range, then you're in a whole nother
I'm
world.
kind
of
of in between. I'd say I get kind of red.
You do look like, well, yeah, God, you guys. I have an idea for a bit for the show. This just kind of makes,
Look at
I think,
that.
this might not come across
That's
super
white.
funny, but I think we go out
I'm white too, man. I'm all white.
and
Like a
I'll go out and
Cadbury
be the
cream
interview
egg.
guy. We'll have Cherokee film or Wooders film, and we'll go out and we'll try to see if anybody believes you guys are son. You know, I'm going to spin it into
related?
something funny, but yeah, we'll see if. I'm trying to think
See
how we're
that
gonna do
dad
it.
and his son over
You
there
could
playing
rock
baseball?
a tandem bicycle and be
Dude.
a father-son thing.
You crush that.
Right?
And now that I think about it, I had a better idea in my head. It didn't come out words right.
No,
So
I,
you
I see
sit
what you're
on it.
saying.
That's
like,
right.
To guess if
let
we're
me
actually
yeah,
You just sit
let me
on it.
hatch it in a little while. It's
We
gotta
don't
cook.
force
we wanted to
nothing
do
around
that,
here.
That thing where we brought Frank around to like rich people houses.
Oh, that's happening still. Oh no, that's that's
I
that's.
cannot wait for that.
I can't
Well,
wait.
I don't
I'd
want him
love
to get
see
shot.
that.
I don't want Frank to get shot. I worry about Frank.
Do you think he's gonna get shot though? I mean, if we do dress him up like a KKK member, then
Oh no, he wasn't going to be the KKK guy. Oh,
By
yeah,
the
he was.
way,
Yeah, he was. You're right.
someone that listens to your show,
You're part of the show now.
someone that listens to your show right this very second,
our show.
somebody that listens to our show
That top 200 rated on iTunes
has
show.
worked in a dry cleaner in the state of Florida that has the largest group of Klansmen to bring in their things to be cleaned, sent me a picture of her child in the Grand Wizard's
up.
garb.
That's disturbing.
Oh my god!
Ruining that poor kid already, man.
That kid was really young. And that kid really didn't
No,
know.
that's seriously, dude, that's screwed up. I can't even laugh at that.
No,
man.
you
That's
can
like-
because of this reason.
Oh,
the
God.
mother is Puerto Rican and Irish. And the child doesn't know that it's in a Grand Klansman's outfit.
Well, obviously the kid doesn't know, but I'm saying that's really.
He's putting on a Halloween costume, is all.
How about
I'm a ghost. Yeah.
Hey,
no,
check
I know
this
what you're
out.
saying.
Ooh,
There's Klansman clothes on children.
trick or treat.
Seek the feet.
Okay,
Give me
and
good
you know what the
ovens to
worst part
clean.
about all of that is? I got a cherry for all that story. It's a little Chinese kid making that little kid's thing in a factory.
What?
Think about that. That little 2-year-old's little Klansman outfit, little onesie, is getting made in a little Chinese sweatshop.
I
wanted
think
Spirit Halloween.
did I tell you? Do you think that I did not say there was a child's size outfit that he was in?
Oh, he was just in like a
No,
regular
no,
size?
yeah.
Okay. Because I'm
It was-
visualizing a kid, this
Oh
poor
my
little
God!
kid in
He's
this
thinking
little
that there's
onesie
like
with the hood on
a
it.
KKK onesie.
Like, wow.
A onesie,
children.
a Klan's onesie.
In case they
You need
wanna
to
Excuse me?
disavow
join
some
the
of the
club.
people that you know, man.
Oh, no.
Holy jeez.
No. That is so distasteful.
A little, yeah.
Oh, so it's not a kid's outfit. Okay, so tell me the story again. Right. So there was a girl that used to clean all the Klansmen outfits in the greater Northport area.
A normal size.
Okay, so
Klansman outfits.
So she's not in the Klan.
Correct. She's an employee
She's kind
at
of
said-
almost like forced to clean the clothes.
She's forced to clean the clothes, and she says, if I have to clean the clothes, you white SOBs.
Okay. So
I'm
she's
gonna stick a mixed baby
so she's
in it.
kind of doing it to shove it in their face. She's doing it Dave Chappelle style. She's going to say, if you're going to be like this, I'm going to spin it around and do this. Okay.
And she's only doing it to
Now
two
you're on
people
board.
that she
I
sends
got
it to.
you now. Yes.
She's
Okay.
like, okay, you'll find this
I
amusing.
understood the story slightly different at the beginning.
It's like, what?
And I'm
There's
like,
a kid
we have to
onesie?
reevaluate Murdoch on the job.
So where would you say you stand on this? Oh, he was just an underachiever. Hashtag it is Hitler's birthday. Just saying.
It is.
I'm just saying. That has nothing to do with me talking about the Second War on a sports show.
Well, as you can tell, we definitely recorded this before. You're hearing it.
Kill it.
No, it's fine.
Okay, well,
Run with it.
Yeah, and ran it goes. I get
Not
a picture.
everything we do is live. I
get
don't
a-
like to edit things
Okay.
either, though. No, I don't like to edit things either. No, he's doing. No, I'm being I'm being sincere when I say that. Not everything we do. We've been doing recorded stuff, so we just don't edit.
Dude, I botched tons of shit. When,
He's terrible. He's the worst. Go ahead with. Go ahead.
Honestly, not a good co-host.
Well, it was nice seeing you guys again. Why don't you have a great evening? And tell Santa to go himself. Yeah, so I have a mixed bag. Most people that I know are cut from our cloth. When you don't think you could believe the story, it's just a Tuesday afternoon. That stuff happens. I see wild stuff. I've showed you videos and pictures of ridiculous things. Since I've seen you, I shared time with a ghost that opened and shut a door in an empty house with no air on and no windows open. It's cool, man. No biggie. It's just casual.
Have you ever thought about saying, can you
channel
get in my body and give me some super ghost powers or something since you're going to screw with me? Because at this point, I'm cool with it. Tell them that. Be like, hey, dude, if that's what you're looking for, what's that?
If you want the only honest story I've ever told you to be now, I talk to them when they're there because that's the only way for me to
cope with.
You see how serious it just went from whatever to now. I kick it with them and let them know that, whatever, because that's the only way that I've ever been able to process it. Otherwise, it would freak me out. It would freak you out if you had someone say, hey, Albert, next to you, or show you something or give you something, and they do it a lot. So, oh man, the door happens and that's not cool. I'm like, all right, well, rent's $1,200 a month and I'll need it on the 1st. That's what I said this last time.
To the ghost?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. That's what I do.
I mean, I do it.
Dude, I'm in here taking a shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, just let me be.
It's like, can you knock?
I'll be out there in a minute.
Is there 2 bathrooms in your house?
You're running low on ice. I'll get you a drink when I get out.
Yeah.
Gee whiz. The
piss outside.
The things I get to see though are really awesome. For all the bad luck, I had my teeth knocked out of my mouth. Gone. No, it was not awesome. I haven't had an awesome time since I've seen you. It hasn't been awesome. It wasn't Busch Gardens and hey man.
So you're saying life without the BS show has been bad for you?
Life was better.
He just gave me a look outside. You son of a bitch. Yeah, I did that.
I'll let him have that one.
I mean,
today it's better than it was yesterday. How about that?
Ooh, I'll take it. I'll take it.
There we go.
So there's a cost. My kids, the people I'm familiar with, there's a cost of doing business. You're going to pay for that. Oh, I made a rap song about a guy that was completely disabled in a motorized chair. He was a quadriplegic, and I kicked the song.
Did it
from?
rip?
No, it was from 3-6 Mafia. It wasn't even something casual. One of my remixes, no, this is hardcore. And I hit him with not Triple Mafia, but Cripple Mafia. And then you don't get to do that.
Blowing in your strizzle.
Yeah. Cripple Mafia. Mafia. And he's banging down Tuttle and his head's bobbing up and down.
Oh my God.
And that is really, really funny. I had to purge it off my phone, Radio Man, because you don't get to keep that without wrapping your car around a tree.
I was going to say there's that, and you do technically work in the medical field.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you just let that one go. Maybe you just let that one go.
I don't know.
Oh man,
dude, you better be careful with that karma. I mean,
it comes down and chokes me to sleep at least once a week.
Oh, he's taking out so many loans in the karma department. His karma cards are maxed right now.
I get crushed.
He gets an offer in the mail and he takes it every time. 200 more karma points.
There's a guy that runs the office. He's like the office guy. He's the owner's right hand man. I won't say these good people because he listens as well. He's one of your people. He's like, dude, that show on Wednesday. I was like, how do you know about the show that I never
He's offended. He's like, I quit that show, sir. Are you still listening?
What are you doing? He's like, yeah, man. We listen. And
now here he's going to turn it back around. It's like, not as good now because you're not there.
No, I don't have to say anything like that.
I know.
I let Jay
dance.
walk back into the room after he's been chased out. Only he's just locked the doors behind him.
That wasn't even official shows. Those were like HBO behind the scenes. Yeah. BS show behind the scenes.
The talking.
It's not radio.
He just pulled a Carrie.
It's BS show.
Carrie part 2. The doors are locked. Things are starting to turn on fire. He's got a wry smile and an erection, and I'll show everybody.
Always.
I'll get you now.
Shy
so the
smile
karma
and
thing comes around, and I'm known for bad karma. I saw a canine unit. I do travel through the county. I drive a lot, And I was in the company of a woman that was 95 years old. And when I see stuff, I've got videos of white ladies in elevators that I've sent to both of you with her her singing songs and her singing. Remember the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo? The old lady in the, I had that again, by the way. Side note to the side note, the
Same
trip
lady?
of prison. Different lady. When I pick people up,
Are they coming like straight off a bus from 1865?
I'd like to think that, they're not an awesome place. I'm just trying to put them in a good spot. And, humbly speaking, I can send
But
her
it
a
sounds
room
like if
pretty
that
quick.
spot doesn't have anything but blue-eyed, blonde-haired, extremely white people, there's a huge problem.
Which
that
was
all it is?
everybody that wasn't darker than them 90
You've heard
years
some of the
ago.
stories of those 90-year-old people that are like the most racist people you could have
The
possibly.
woman, I put a
Have you
lady
seen
in the
Django Unchained?
elevator. We talked about that on there. We had that discussion.
Put your hands on me.
No, we didn't. We weren't.
You told that one by the way is like, put your hands
devil.
on me. you
Damn white devil. No, that one was when we were. That was once upon a time.
That was
this last. I was pushing in a wheelchair. I did send you the media. I just never. We didn't talk about it through this. And this lady, I say eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There's more than one elevator. So I'm giving them a chance to, it's engaging. It makes us have a conversation. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one's it going to be, Francis? And when I said eeny, meeny, miny, mo, she says, catch a by his toe. And it's just her and I and 6 elevator doors. We're in the middle of a tower on the 6th floor of a hospital. And the doors open and I grab my phone. Now, this would get, there's certain things I talk about that would certainly get me fired, and here's one of them. But I grab my phone. I have to let fate roll the dice and see if it offers me the ability to get this woman to say something horribly graphic and racist, and I have it on film. And
wait, hold on a second. Let me get my phone out. Say that one more time. Eeny, meeny, wait.
hold on.
I had the biggest fish in the lake hit my lure, and I was like, oh man, just hold on a second. And I was hoping it would come back, and it did. So I got the phone, and she hangs the hard N-word out there about it being, that's the song. I said, what did you say? What were you talking about? And I kind of bait her. I bait her back into it just a little bit because I need it on video.
Right.
And then she proceeds to tell me that was a game and a song they used to sing, and she meant no offense by it. She's like, no offense.
Oh, no offense.
No offense.
Why didn't she just
everything's
say that?
It's just, but she said it so.
If Kevin Spacey just
she
said
said
no
it so
offense,
casually,
then-
like a matter of fact, and so that doesn't change me from saying that. It's just what I say sometimes, and I said it to a fella, and I said, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo."
So on and so forth.
And then he said, we used to sing that song when I was a kid. And he said, the rest of that is eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And then he says the rest
As
with
a
the
kid,
hard
everybody
end.
said tiger.
It
Catch a
was-
tiger by the toe. I never knew as a kid that it was changed from something completely racist.
It was the second old person that had finished the song in a song in a week. Because they both happened like one after the other. Like, man,
wonder
how
why
many
this country's
people
so
here, if I started to sing that song, would join in chorus? It'd be like a hospital choir.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. It was just whatever.
And they're just completely like, hey, yeah, we're racist.
So that's my karma. I get this on video. I took a picture of a woman that looked just like Rogue from X-Men, spit an image double. And they're like, wow, you're going to, so you're going to go to hell. Yeah. Same exact hair. The hair is the reason why the picture was taken. And then other things. So I have really, the karma sucks. I saw a canine unit as I was driving a 95-year-old woman who's strapped into a wheelchair, like Hannibal Lecter style. She's not sitting next to me.
Well, she's like in the back.
She's in the back in a
hooked up?
chair, hooked up. I could have done a triple roll, and she would still be the Hannibal Lecter statue. Yep.
Oh, wow.
It was strong.
Hello, Murdoch.
It's like Professor X with dementia. You don't even know. They talk about vanilla pudding, and you're like, cool, man. It's not. Yeah, you laugh until you see the daughter crying because she's hearing her dad talk about vanilla pudding, and he's he's an admiral in the Navy. That happened. This lady's breaking down crying because her dad was like the most important guy in the Navy, and now he's talking about vanilla pudding. That's why I said it. There's always a little something in the story. Canine unit, Proctor Road. There's a canine unit of SUV in the ditch. Not valet parked in the ditch, in the ditch. I'll come back for this later in the ditch.
We don't need that right now.
I got something else to do other than put this in parallel parking. Canine unit. The lights are on.
Nobody's home.
It says canine unit on the back window. Dude's repping an animal in this car.
Yeah.
I slow down. This is the part of me that I'm not real proud of, but it sure is exciting. And it's fun to be there. Won't lie. New annual pass holders, J. Martin. I slow down and a dude runs over the street. 2 lanes. And he's like running the mile, the new combat or the contest show, with whoever, Tim Tebow. So they run this thing. They're running. He's running. He's running like Django running. He's running. He has somewhere to go. This guy's going somewhere. I'm like, oh man, this is sweet. There's someone running. And I'm smart enough to piece the canine unit vehicle that I just passed. I connected it to the dude running across the street that is not designated for crossing by the county. He is not supposed to be crossing at that juncture. And it isn't 2 seconds later after he crosses that an animal coming through the bushes takes a jump over the little part of the ditch and one stride, and he's on the road, and he's got him. He's gonna get what he was looking for, and he gets what he's looking for. This man was not involved with a field test for the county that was including like an outdoor attack, or it was not a drill.
How fast do you think the dog actually got to that person from being let go?
He was fast and big. The dog's super big. The man was not as big, and the dog was not considerate of the gentleman's feelings or
size
or his body. I've watched videos of people get attacked by a dog.
They don't let go.
No, they don't let go. And does it look like they're just trying to hold the guy there or the person, or are they ripping and shaking?
They're trying to rip that dude's arm off.
Because that will disengage the person and it unplugs the situation.
When you wrap around anyway when they're shaking you and you just cut off the circulation of the dog.
So now the man's making horrible noises and I'm thinking, oh man.
I mean, that's what I've read.
This is going to be sweet. Maybe I should turn around and get this because this is awesome.
Yeah.
And
it's a rare opportunity.
Right?
And
who's going to tell me? The lady that talks about vanilla pudding? No, man. I could get this. And so I see an opportunity and I don't do it. I let it go by. And I feel dirty because I didn't get the footage because I wanted it.
And you let it go.
I got to see it.
Let it go. Yeah.
Love to hear from people that have seen people be taken down by an officer of the four legs because it's righteous. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
And I let that go for future appreciation because I was worried about karma. Because karma sucks and it comes down and chokes me to sleep and asphyxiates me and then it's horrible. And then I wake up and I'm in Cambodia and it's been 13 days and I don't know what happened. I tell the story at the office. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Wow. Seriously though, you're the biggest dick that I know. That's what it's unanimous that they just don't see me as a super guy. Okay. because I found it amusing. I found it amusing the man was being attacked. The next day, the very next day, 12 hours from then, I'm in a vehicle. It's not 8 a.m. and I'm heading to a home, not a facility, to pick up Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith. I arrive at the address, 1234 Jefferson Pilot Avenue, and I pull in and lost a bunch of weight. I still have some clothes. It's funny. It's real funny when super fat people just get fat and then they have to once in a while wear their super fat clothes.
Their moo-moos.
The moo-moo is the next part of the story. Oh, you story jumper.
Story jumper.
I have a belt that has a metal piece to it. And every time I grab the belt, I was like, man, this belt's going to break. Because I was super porked and super porky.
What was the number? What was your highest number?
453.
453.
I was at 246 yesterday. It's casual. Nothing about hashtag humble. Hashtag about somebody else.
I also am humble.
Hashtag prism.
I was kind of fat as a kid.
Shut up.
Shit.
He's like, I weighed 170 pounds.
Wow. And now I'm down to 163.
I'm back to my 137.
Weigh like 160, 150.
You don't weigh 160.
Yeah.
I guess weight's 3 pounds on either side. Professionally, I have a gift.
How much do you think he weighs then?
Stand up, please.
Because he's trying to say he weighs as much as me. He is thinner than I am, and you're a little bit taller. You're about 6'1".
I don't need that. You can.
I'd say 148.
That's super middle. That's a super welterweight. Is 142 to 145 to 147. Hashtag modest. Hashtag humble.
He's sizing me up, dude.
No, sir. You are.
He's pretty good at it.
You're a little heavier than that. How much do you think?
I think 150.
And then you said 160. That's 10 pounds. That's a 7.5 pound.
I haven't checked.
7.5% jump. No, you might be 150 pounds.
Yeah.
151.
See, look at that. It's probably about right.
But you're getting bigger though. You're bigger than you were when I saw you last. You're starting to fill out. I'm worried because at some point I'm going to keep poking you and you're going to poke back, and that's when like the season-ending episode is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once in a while, Jay swells up, and then we have it, and it's sweet because just his Kamehameha, the shade version, it takes like 2 episodes to get out. That's it. I go to get this lady at this house, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I open up the door to this minivan.
Mm-hmm.
I open up the door and I swivel out, just get out of the vehicle because I'm so thin, you know. I turn and I get out. As I turn, by the time my feet hit the ground and I get out, I feel a pop.
Oof.
I feel a pop. Yeah, like a pop. I was like, whoa. But it didn't. It wasn't my body.
He had tied his dick to the steering wheel because he's weird when he drives.
Whenever he turns it.
I didn't know what it was, and then I find out as I wonder. My pants fall straight to the ground, and they're in the dirt, and I'm like bare-assed. I'm in my underwear.
Yeah.
Pants hit the ground, and I look down at my pants, and I hear the door open. It made a noise. And as soon as it did, 3 dogs bolt out of the front door like they're greyhounds. 2 little dogs, the size of the little dog in my house.
So you're full fat guy right now, then running, holding your pants up.
I'm next to my door, and I have the chance to grab my pants and jump in the vehicle and probably be able to shut the door. I found out I could because that's what I had to do. The dogs were, made a play for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Is
that's
that like, what are they, the Jets trading for you? The
Yeah.
dogs made a play, offered a 3rd round pick.
3rd round bite, with the considerations for all the ones, and then boom. So the door, I slammed the door, put the window down, and I said the lady's name who I thought I was picking up, Mrs. Smith, and she only puts her hand up and points across behind me. Like that, just
Right.
with one. Goes like that. Mrs. Smith. And she has not moved. She hasn't said a word. She was wearing a Ren and Stimpy muumuu.
Yes, she was. Yes, how much? 325.
She was pretty short and certainly full. She was 2.5.
Oh, but she put 5 even?
5'2", 5 foot.
So it gives the effect of a
A three-
5'9", 300-pound woman.
Oh yeah. No, she was full figured.
Oh yeah.
She was full size.
Like a
round,
basketball.
yeah.
Like full figure.
Like a fun size Snicker that got way too much.
Like a peep you put in the microwave, or
Yeah. Yeah.
The visual kind of works.
That's right. And so I said 1, 2, 3, 4 George Jefferson Avenue. She continues to point, and then she looks at me as she's pointing. She makes eye contact and then looks back across behind my shoulder. And I see the name of the person I'm supposed to get on the other side, 1342 George Jefferson Avenue.
Now, is this Ren and Stimpy's dogs? Is this Our Lady's dogs?
Might as well have been.
Okay.
2 little terrier, hound, chihuahua, and then one bigger one that was not so quick to get to the fight, but certainly would have been part of the fight. The address was, the numbers were transposed. So the Donnie douchebag that sent me the address
gave you the wrong address?
Sent me the wrong address.
Oh, God.
So they get the story. Ha ha
They'll be
ha.
fishing with Woodard
Serves you
soon.
right, Murdoch. Hashtag no one likes you. You know, they didn't change. They sent me the wrong address. The real usual suspects here is I had decapitated a guy in all of the company of everybody was together, and I went Highlander and decapitated him in front of everybody. He looked
That's
like
what you do.
He looked like a Oklahoma City bomber. I asked him how often he got back home, and by the time he knew what was going on, I had him in 3 different sauces. He was done. They sent me the wrong address. I saw the Unabomber the day after I murdered him, and over the weekend of the dogs attacking me.
With words. He means with words.
And I said, hey.
Murdered.
He's like, I got something to tell you, man. So what's up, man? It's like, I had that address the day before, and they sent me to the wrong address. And I also saw the dogs. But I never called and told them to change the address. So it's because of me that you were attacked by those 3 dogs. And I didn't want to tell you yesterday at the meeting because I thought you were going to smush the Dunkin' Donuts in my face. When I told everybody, as you're telling everybody about the dogs attacking you and the lady with the Ren and
How did
Stimpy
you not
moo-moo,
smash this dude in the face?
he thought I was going to smush the donut.
I bet you
after
would've.
finding. Well, he really thought this. And he's like, you're telling the story, and I feel that everybody in the room knows of the story that I didn't tell anybody, and the joke's on me. I was like, no, the only joke on you was the one about you being the Unabomber. And he's like, yeah, so about that. Man, Karma comes down, knocks on the door, and says, hey, Murdoch, you want to pay your bill? No. All right, thought you'd say that. So how about your belt fall down before 8 a.m., you get attacked by 3 dogs, and then have to walk around like you're 9 months pregnant, holding your pants while you push somebody in the front of the wheelchair for the rest of the day.
Oh, by the way, it's 9:30 now.
Yeah.
Fun.
Have you tried to keep your pants up because everything's broken and the pants don't fit on you anymore, so they just fall down to the ground? You're holding that like you have an open wound. They think you're going to the hospital because you need the help. No. Just oversized. I look like I'm oversized, but smaller because of the weight loss. Everything's great. Hashtag skin graft.
Everything's great. Can you sell skin on the black market?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You could
We're not
write.
gonna do
You
the
could
show
write
anymore and just do
poems
that?
of shade.
No, it's a fun the show.
Oh.
That's right.
I've
We
got
could
extra
send.
skin
We could
from
send
former
Radio
fat.
Man overseas to the Middle East.
He wouldn't last.
And
I die.
No, you
I
would.
die on the plane.
He's not
ride
ready.
over.
You know he's not ready.
No, but I am proud and happy to see that you have taken some steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What steps?
Well, your hair says a lot to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I'm so humble. I
He
feel
looks like he cares now.
right.
Thanks.
And because
No,
of
I'm
your,
serious.
your
I mean
raw
it as a
materials,
compliment.
your raw materials that you don't know the value of or how to use yet, you just know that they're kind of there. You're refining them, and it's strong. And not to make it about me, but that's kind of a big deal.
Kinda,
and
yeah.
because you're my son, I can see it, and I'm excited to watch you shed to molt your last set of gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, anyway.
Not even his final form.
I'm just getting started.
They've done too much with DBZ. Keep
I'm
it.
so far behind. I know.
Just keep it.
But I've heard it's.
I like the classics.
They're bringing it back again, though. Watch out. One more time.
Over and over and over.
What universe and being are they going to fight this time?
You know, you can only get and that story architecture only works for so long before.
Well, that thing was the strongest, and now
there's always somebody stronger. That's always so stupidly, ridiculously strong that it could threaten everything in existence. But it's also stronger than that last guy that could do all that too.
When's Goku's hair just going to become a fucking rainbow?
He just becomes pure energy. That's how he starts
And
annihilating
He's
opponents.
just like a ball of light
Yeah.
in like the 30th season.
First form Frieza was the stuff once upon a time. See?
Yeah, bro.
Things are a little different, bro.
As much as I mean, the show should have definitely never come back after Boo. As much as I like one and new episodes, but I would have
Super's
been
after the Boo saga, right?
Yeah,
and like right after.
I'd have been completely fine with it. And like I do love the Boo stuff.
Would you
but
been okay if they did just the movies and not the show?
That would have probably been cool.
The movies looked dope.
Movies were cool. Yeah. But even
I like
Cell
the-
was cool.
I like the side stories, the little ones that, the half episodes,
like the
someone
filler
doing something
kinda.
and that gives every character some personality. You really can see why Piccolo is such a jerk.
Yeah.
And also, you have the little things, the way
He's
that he
a
looks
jerk,
at a little
but he
kid when he
cares,
comes
yeah.
out. There, you can't get all that from just a movie.
I don't know how we got.
But
to
I do want to see the movie about him when he goes next level. His
Jay?
next set of gear, yeah, dude.
Speaking of next level, I said a new song drop.
Oh, your level. Sorry, wrong castle.
Sorry, Wrong Castle?
Yeah. I almost called it level 2.
Yeah, that's a different one. Level 2 is over 50,000 streams.
Ed
though.
put your music on since the first music that he heard you share with me. Obviously, I'm important enough radio man to get samples
before.
I hear this stuff before, the market, and it's not about me, but
I get samples.
Some would say that I have kind of a fingerprint on it, but look, it's not about me. Some would say that I play a big role, but look, this is about his music. And Ed heard the music once upon a time. He's like, cool, that's dope. And I heard it again, this last stuff. Ed hears it. We listened to it. I was like, hey, check this out. Because he asked about his music.
What's he listening to it on? Do you know?
We were listening to it in the car.
Like what app do you know?
No, what you sent me.
Oh, okay.
I
was just curious because I was just how much they pay. But there you go.
Yeah, he doesn't even. We're so hardcore that we don't even look at it in that. We see it before it's cut.
Yeah.
He
And
gets to listen to it without paying royalties.
That's right.
True.
# know the bright people. And he hears and he's like, that sounds just like Zelda Adventures of Zelda. He says, that's Zelda Returns. And I said, you bet it is. He's like, can you hear that song playing for 12 hours at a time when you're sitting down with a needle in your arm playing Zelda? And he's like, yeah, dude. That's what I think of when I hear this music.
That's what I'm
going for. Yeah.
We listen to some radio, and whenever he hears the Doors, he's like, dude, that sounds like Jay's music. And that sounds like, every time I hear that, I think
Doors?
The Doors.
Really?
Oh, I know you're talking about now,
A lot of keyboard.
Is that Running Blue?
And Ed digs it, and he's like, dude, I hear it, and that's all I think about. So he's got your music worth the time of Zelda, and it has range. It has Zelda, and then it has...
Yeah, you poo-pooed all over my newest track, though.
What are you talking about?
I mean, for like
gotta-
level... Oh, you got to bounce?
Get out of here, yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, you got to scoot.
All right, well, keep it real, radio man. Take care of my hair, all right?
See you,
All right.
man. I guess we got to
Who
scoot
put on
too.
your?
Well, yeah, I mean, you gave the level 2 like praise and like 5 stars. Like if you're Murdoch Stone, I felt like you were like, he has arrived. This is it. And then the next track comes out, and you're like,
which would you want?
Stars.
What do you want? What do you want? Do you want to have the real truth?
You're right.
Do you want to have the real truth that sometimes makes you bleed out of your mouth?
No, you're right.
And it wasn't bad. It was just
It's funny though because I take your opinion pretty serious, and then when you say that, I start to like over critique my own shit, and I'm like, God damn it, he's made me overthink it. But now I've heard positive stuff though, so I mean, hopefully,
and it was different.
Level 2 is definitely is peak right now. I'll agree with you. I can't argue.
You have to, and that I like EDM stuff. I like house music. I like that stuff. So. And it's not all the same. That's my point. Is that your stuff?
I try to change everything.
It isn't,
up, yeah.
Bassy, and it isn't. There's just different stuff, but I like it, and I can hear the throwbacks. If it's not the same product that I'm hearing, I can hear those little things that like, oh man, I listen to that too, man.
The 90s stuff. Yeah,
I hear
exactly.
it, and that's how I get paid. And if Ed can hear that stuff and not recognize it, he doesn't know what it is that makes it so cool. He's just like, dude, that's what I want.
See, my kids love it too.
And the kids love it. I'm sure yours do.
That's funny. Yeah,
because I remember.
Oh man.
Just you have songs. Music's funny like that where you'll hear something, and you'll be right back in Eugene, Oregon. You'll be wherever you were.
Yeah, when
you were there.
Where impacted you, yeah.
And Planet Soul and all that music, and then into the stuff now. I liked it growing up, man. It was just stuff that I listened to and act foolish and have a good time.
Dude, I mean, I had my childhood was what it was, and on the weekends around here as a kid, that's what they would play. They would switch to, club music at night on a lot of the pop stations.
Uh-huh.
So when you're like 10, 11, 12 years old and that's what's on, and I don't know, to me that always got me through. I would put that on to play video games, and it would keep me up at night, and I'd be up all night playing. And
I was 10 years in front of you driving to the raves.
See, exactly.
To the music that you were listening to on the radio, because it was all over the radio. You and I don't have the same amount of birthdays, but you're kind of an old soul and you remember stuff like that, or at least you were put in front of that when you were younger.
Yeah.
That I do appreciate. That's one of your, I won't say that you're cool out loud, but one of the things I do enjoy is the fact that for whatever reason, you have a lot of stuff, intimate knowledge and
understanding. A little
understanding.
outside of my age range.
That's just a little different. And
I think that's because I had young parents. So they kind of raised me probably, you know what I mean?
Right.
And put a lot of what they liked on me.
And we're really the generation, but between you and I, the parents know what the kids, they recognize what the kids listen to now.
Mm-hmm.
When I was young, my parents didn't know who the Wu-Tang was. They didn't know, who was in.
Well, things seemed, and maybe it's just an illusion, but things seem to have just kind of like dragged out for the last 20 years. There's not been a lot of new super artists. You know what I mean? I feel like back in the old day.
Did you listen to your dad's talk show?
No.
I mean, did you listen to the talk show that your dad listened to?
Actually, no. I guess I think my dad, my uncle, and stuff did listen to like Bubba Love Sponge, which is probably what got me on initially.
Imagine,
But
being programmed like
then.
that.
So I was almost at the age where I should have been listening because he was just getting on there because he's a little older than you are though.
But Ed can recognize those older, the groups and the music that wasn't mainstream, not Nirvana, but something different. And he hears it and he recognizes it and he digs your music. So he looks forward to it. He's like, hey, does Jay have any new stuff coming out? When he asks me all the time. The next time you see him, he would tell you, man,
once a month was my goal. So far this year I've put out 5 singles in 4 months. So
he wants to
if I can hit 12, I've done my goal, but I'm a little bit writer's blocky right now because I've kind of shifted everything to the
If you showed me
stuff.
how to use, I'm not mechanically inclined, nor am I technically inclined. My 5th levels saying gifts and other abilities and capacities do not involve mechanical nor technical
we'll have to sit down.
prowess. To be you, to put that music together, that'd be cool.
I do have everything off like digital touchscreen instead of actually having like ones and twos.
It'd
I
be
used
like
to have the actual.
It'd be like
turntables
getting
and
high
stuff,
for the
but-
first time or under the influence. Yeah, it'd be amazing. It's like stepping in that pool, just putting your foot in it and just.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how everybody else does it. I build. I take a bunch of stuff and samples and clips and things that I think sound cool, and then I slowly narrow it down. But I have a foundation, but I have no idea how it's going to go. And then I kind of give myself an idea, and then I do it live, and then I record it live, and I normally try to knock it out in one take, which didn't. I'm trying to remember. One of the ones that didn't happen, but this last one it did, and I went a different way than I initially thought I was going to go with it. Because I was all about worried about, I told you, like, sticking the landing, because I thought I had a better one than level 2, the single before. And I'm like, this is better. And then I overthought the ending. And then I feel like the first half of the song sucks compared to the back half. So
When I offer some constructive criticism, even something casual, I do consider your overthinking side of it. Hey, what do you think? Well, it's good. I'd like a few more breaks into some other stuff. Oh man, see, I knew he hated it. Why even ask him? I was thinking about that too.
Just go ahead and say, "Want me to kill myself?" Just say it. Just why don't you just write it down?
Hey, do you think this red dress looks nice on me? Well, it thought maybe a few more ruffles in the back, and I knew you'd hate it.
This has been
Come
fun,
back
okay.
out. No, it's okay. This sounds great. Come on back out.
I didn't mean it. It's
I
still
didn't
3.5
mean it.
stars. That's like a C.
I told you,
Right?
you say that again, I'm going to the bridge.
BS Show is the Facebook and the Instagram. Being in Superbad is the Twitter.
Oh, before you go.
Yes.
Oh, this is my gift to you.
Oh, God.
The next time I gave subtle
We're going to start pumping these out, so.
information bits about the fellows that I work with. Each and every one of them is like a Marvel movie. They each have their own personality. There are two guys that do a lot of weightlifting that look
That's
like
Hans
they
and Franz
like
from
they do a
SNL.
lot of. It is Hans and Franz modern day. There was a commercial
Are they listen?
for milk or something, and it has the two ridiculous muscle heads dressed as a cow, and they're like, she says, "Is there proteins in here that are pumped in?" And it has two ridiculously strong guys that are banging their pecs, and he says, "No," and she says, "Look, there's needles in your arm." "Those aren't mine. I don't know how they got there." And he's banging his pecs, and it's talking about things being on drugs. So I really give these two guys the business for being strong and probably not real bright. And
Probably on roids. I mean, if we're throwing out aimless accusations out,
B12 is often
Oh, they're
in
on
the
the Ray
remixes.
Bond situation, obviously.
And
Makes
you
your head grow.
appreciate the remixes. Murdoch's remix would tend to get
you
popular.
got some work remixes.
I've got probably 20 on my phone. That
You say you worry about your son killing you.
some are, but these two no-necks, it's about them. It's about them being real strong.
These mouth breathing no neck
I
pieces.
walked behind the guys in mixed company, and I go 47, 48, 49,
Such an ass.
and when both of them look over, they just see me walking by. We're going by in a hospital, and I do that, and like 4 people look, and by the time they look, I've walked by, but they've heard someone struggling to get from 46 to 50, like they're working out, and they see 2 no-necks, and it is awesome. It is such a payoff. Oh man!
Wow.
Yeah, no, you really need to build
awesome.
some rapport with people. Let them know that you're just playing, because they're gonna pick me up and throw me in a garbage
Yeah,
can.
they're gonna kill you. You worry about
I was picked
Junior.
up earlier in the week. I spent time with someone professionally, and he was expecting this other fella. There's 2 fellas, 2 no-necks. No-neck number 1 probably has a more limited vocab than no-neck number 2. But that was
But
the
the
joke.
necks are in limited supply.
He looks like he swallowed some kind of medicine that was not FDA approved. And the only way to keep that physique would be to suck out the marrow of children through stem cell
and then
he's on whatever the Rock's on.
Dude, this guy is so he's all swelled up, and I Swelly McGee, and we joke, haha. I go to pick this fella up, and I'm walking with him. He says, "You're not the normal guy that I get. I had the guy with the real big arms." Said he even knows my name. I said, "Cool, man." I said, "Well, I'll know your name too, and I've lost a couple 100 pounds, but I'm trying to get there." And he said, "I've got bigger arms than you do." He said, "Your arms aren't big. You got a lot of work to do. Your arm's even as big as mine." And he takes a shot at me not being strong and this other guy that is strong. And then I shoot back in the guy's driveway. He's not even in my vehicle yet. And I said, "Yeah, but you should see me spell my own name." Yeah.
You said that?
Yeah. Taking a shot at
How
the
old
no
is
neck.
this guy?
No, the old guy, well, he was funny and it happened real quick.
Wait, so the old guy was basically saying that this stronger dude's better than you because
Right.
your arms are garbage.
Right.
Okay, I thought you were
And
saying it to the old guy. Okay.
When he told me that I was garbage and that his normal guy was what it was about, I then told him, "Yeah, but you should see me spell my own name." I said, "I tease No Neck McGee all the time, Mr. Smith."
Wrong.
I said, I tease him all the time, Mr. Smith. I saw him yesterday, and I asked him if every time that he pushed the barbell up, he lost a vocabulary word for life. And the old guy chuckles a little bit. That's good stuff. Keep in mind,
You
the
know what
guy
makes
I'm
it super
talking
funny
about.
is that you're working with this person.
Yeah.
Like this is a coworker.
We're pals. We blast on A, B, and C. No, he's from up north. I think he's a New Yorkie or a Southie or a Bostonie. He's a Red Sox guy, but I think he's
gross.
My special powers say he's not from Boston.
He's just a hop on.
No, he's just a northeasty. He's a douchey like me. We recognize our own. I got it. So I called him
yeah.
Providence, and then I teased about B12 and a remix on that dude.
Call him Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, that was a good time. Hey, has anybody seen Employee 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, No Neck McGee? Yeah, last time I saw him, he was on top of the Empire State Building holding a white girl swatting at airplanes. End game.
You should. Oh, I can just give you some. Be like, last time I saw him, he was at the New York Stock Exchange buying all the stock in GNC.
I take pictures of GNC and send it to him.
I got you.
I'll
write you some stuff.
We have a.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's a good time. And then they call me Planet Fitness because Planet Fitness is super soft. And he and his buddy, if that was John No Neck McGee, then Jimmy No Neck McGee is like less funny. He says funny things like No Neck number 1. That's what they're going to be called. No Neck 1 and No Neck 2. So No Neck 1, I think, is probably originally from somewhere closer to like Newark than Boston, but I got to find out. In fact, I'm going to ask him. I'll ask him through the week.
Does he listen to the show?
He does.
You need to tell Murdoch where you're from so we can make fun of you more on the next show.
I'm certain of it. And the people that are of influence, if there is such a thing, they follow your stuff. You know, they've been nudging on me lately, and they say, "Hey, man, so what's happening next?"
Well, because we went from what was completely dormant and a dead show to everything coming at you 900 miles an hour.
And like, hey, man, maybe you want to. So if when they do know that we've rolled this ball down the road again, they will certainly talk to him, and he'll have heard No Neck number 1 could pick up most things and throw it in a garbage can. He's just, and so does No Neck number 2. No Neck number 2 is like Clint Eastwood. And funny. He's not going to double over in laughter. When I clowned the dude that I call Unabomber because he wears a hoodie and he looks, his category is unstable at best. Without him talking, you think, man, this guy might end up on the news someday. That's this guy. Super good guy. I like this guy a lot. Super
Why
funny.
are you looking at me like that while you describe this guy?
You have those qualities.
Like you're giving me the up and down.
I can't wait for No Neck 1 and 2.
He wears a hoodie. As you lean out.
It's well, you're wearing a hoodie. That's
weird.
That's weird.
I shaved for the first time in like a month.
And you've got a Oklahoma City sticker on your luggage over there. That's right. Made you look. So it'd be interested to hear what the new constructive criticism. They wanted us to get a phone so that I could be abused by listeners.
Oh, live. Well, That's going to eventually happen. Right now, we are.
Oh, they want me to get it. I don't know why. Like, I give it to you. I'm nice to you.
Well, you know what? We're always looking for sponsors for the show if they would like to, contribute to the. We're
This
currently
second of
occupying another studio in our temp space, and we can't run phones in here. So we're not really doing live shows. We're doing more recorded stuff now. But the second that we're back to live, you better believe we're going to have a phone sitting there with texting and calling. And oh, God, yes.
Good times.
This has been great, man. Thank you.
No, thank you.
We gotta start doing this because I like being able to get together and putting a couple shows in the can. It's like by the time you're hearing this right now, it'll be a week or two after we record it, which is something we've never done. But this is awesome. We had some extra time. We got together. Start doing this once a week. Build some up. Yeah. Then you guys will never be able to complain that we don't have new content.
It'd be there all the time.
Always.
Instant gratification. Spoiled.
It's nice. Well,
They still talk about the pictures. That's so legendary. Okay. You will remember the story of the Korean and the pictures and it being my second day ever at work and sending pictures to the wrong person. We talked about that some time ago. You blink and it's been like a year. It's been a year.
About August-ish, yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. We're closing in on it, yeah.
I took this position actually. Yeah, it's been a minute. I remember talking about that with you. It's so super legendary. You don't get to take pictures.
Turn that around right into being legendary status.
Have you ever known a man to take a picture of himself and send it
to his boss
back to the office phone and keep his job? Nope.
Never, period, let alone keep his job.
So, yeah. And then...
It seems like they'd want to get rid of you because that almost gives you untouchable status.
Yeah, they
send
me to oh, man, I went to a place
Are they scared
that had special people.
The power of the dick pic?
When I send them things, they still talk about, oh, man, I think that it's going to be
every time
your deal every time I open it. I'm with my family. It's Sunday. I'm having dinner. And that's what I read from them, man. I still think every time I open a text and it says image, I think it might be that. It could be that. It might be that. And because it might be.
You should make some things that look similar, like this, like roll some socks and like a thing. You just completely every once in a while throw in a fake dick pic to really keep them on their toes.
Because you're right there at the finish line, the same time. Now, because of that, once upon a time, more good karma. The snowballs, the big red coconut covered cake from Hostess.
Oh yeah.
I put that next to my things and my stuff, and took a picture of it while I have clothes on, but just right there, so that if I left that on your desk today, and you liked that and you ate that tomorrow. And then you found out that I took a picture and you saw the picture of that delicious dessert that you just stuck in your mouth had been right next to the stuff down there. You'd be like, wow, you son of a bitch.
Sounds like you have a really healthy work environment.
I find that amusing. And now they appreciate that. I'll bring something in for them. They're like, and I don't know that I can eat that. I think that you would do something and did something to it.
I think you commit a felony.
I gave office guy McGee. He's real thin. He's like 285 Celsius. He's real thin. I remix. There's 20 remix on the phone right now about him and diabetes.
What's up, Murdoch? Your cholesterol fatty.
That's what. You know what? No. This is my gift to you. I owe you this. He's DJ Diabetes.
Oh man, you're such an asshole.
I saw him yesterday.
DJ Diabetes,
and him about picking which foot he's going to lose. Now he gets 50% off his sneakers because he lost one of them to diabetes, and it's really strong. They're all really strong. All of them come back to him being morbidly obese, And now people are taking pictures at the office and like, look at this. He was double fisting.
That's the guy from the song.
He was double fisting donuts, and
oh man.
So hold on, let me.
Wow.
Let me see what I can do.
McDonald's for lunch. Every day that ends with Y. He wonders why he's 285. If he lost 50 pounds, drop in a 50 bag of groceries, but get him back to his target weight. If he was 25 years old, then didn't
Talks
have
about
any kids.
talks about diabetes.
Now he's sweating. Where's his insulin? We can't even feel his feet. Diabetes, that is. Oh, yeah. Stroking. Steve-o. DJ Titans. Oh, yeah. Finish.
They get this all day long. They just get shade thrown at them all day.
You sound really happy with yourself.
I am, because I have so many of those. And so it's a grade of 6. It's DJ diabetes.
90% of the time you're making those, there's probably a poor 88-year-old lady in the back seat going, "What is he saying?"
No, nothing. He didn't say anything at all. This guy's talking about
Diabetes, shut
banana
up.
pudding. It's not banana pudding.
All right, on that one, I think we got to roll out of here.
Cool, man.
Microwave oven.
Go Rays. Do me a favor. Until the next time I see you, I ask for one thing. Stop jinxing teams that I care about. You can make this about you as much as you want. And, hashtag what's new. Hashtag I know my role. Hashtag Tony Soprano.
Dude, what am I supposed to do? Every sport I pick, every team I pick, they don't even suck. They choke. They fall apart. I feel like it's like Major League, and
You don't get to run away.
Sell the
you think
team
you're
to
running
the
away
league.
from
You
your real
think
shame?
it's the NFL gods chasing me going, nope.
No, you're just on a treadmill.
I'm telling you.
And you're
man.
going to get tired
I'm
and you're going to
shock you.
stop.
I'm going to shock you.
I can't wait. Oh, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me finish on that note.
No problem.
Oh, on you. DJ almost finished.
BS Show again was the Facebook and the Instagram. Being a Superbad Twitter. BS Show
Fish on!
_arcade is the Twitch. Till probably next week.
Next week.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the BS Show, starring Bean.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
The coolest guy in the room, Cherokee Frank.
Got any papers?
Matthew McConaughey's illegitimate love child, Wooders.
You're gonna bring us 2 absolute martinis with 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
Questions, comments, concerns, or think you can do it better? Hit us up on Facebook at The BS Show. For all other BS, check us out on Instagram at BS Show or on Twitter at Bean and Superbad. Thanks for listening, and until tomorrow, always remember,
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I agree.
The content of this show is meant to be humorous. It is based off of our own creative thinking as a gift to your ears. However, the Bean and Superbad show may not be suitable for people who can't take a joke, people who get butthurt too easily, people who have an inflated ego, people who cry themselves to sleep, people who suffer from excessive shrinking of testicles due to steroid use, or for people who find themselves obsessively posting anything and everything they can on Facebook pages of shows they work for and can't cut it because it's way too much work and they're way too fucking lazy. What we're trying to say is, it's just entertainment. Enjoy.
and you're welcome.
Warning: the following comedy program may contain opinions, facts, news stories, and other content that may be offensive to the following people: anyone easily offended, anyone leaning too far left, anyone leaning too far right, anyone who used to work on the show, anyone who works at STLR, anybody whose on-air name is the same as a bassist from Avenged Sevenfold, anyone who's racist, anyone who takes social media seriously, hell, anyone who takes anything too seriously, and most importantly, anybody who's PC. The BS show is not politically correct, nor do they practice or support political correctness in any way, shape, or form. If you're offended, turn us off. Don't be a bitch. Basically, what we're trying to say is just entertainment. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You're welcome.
When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I read that once on a can of lemonade. But I like to think that it applies to life.
I don't want lemonade. It's too sweet, and it makes my tongue feel gritty. So maybe it's time for a change. Starting now, when life gives me lemons, I'm gonna slice them up into wedges and throw them into vodka tonics, which I will then sip in a burlesque nightclub. that I co-own with actor Tay Diggs and 2 of the Pussycat Dolls.
The girl go up there like into her elbow.
Whoa.
Beat by her shit pushed in.
What, to her elbow?
Like, she went to the point where her bed stood really high off the floor, and she had a low ceiling fan. I almost died by death of ceiling fan.
That shocked me.
Those are the people who don't know what just happened.
It has all my
For
sound.
some reason, there was a
here.
picture of a penis.
It was my penis.
Of Superbad's penis on
My tablet.
Your tablet just lying on the table. So now me and Bean have officially seen Superbad's penis.
I'm not trying to put my penis out there like that. My bad.
Oh my god.
If you don't know, now you know.
You're listening to The BS Show.
It is the BS Show. We're back.
Hello.
Has it been 9 days?
Couple days, yeah.
People start freaking out like
A
we're
brief
gone.
hiatus. if
So
you will.
hiatus, you know, it just was an extra 2 days that we didn't do shows. I think we provided like 6 shows in 10 days.
Like a couple days, yeah. It's
know
pretty
what?
consecutive for their.
I'm okay with people complaining though. At least that means there's a couple people listening.
That means people care.
And I do want to apologize with my addiction to the Game of Thrones memes that I've been posting.
Game
I just
of Thrones
can't
is hot,
stop.
man. Fucking.
And
That's all the rage.
It is, and I think me and you talked about it before. I think I'm kind of, as much as it's one of my favorite shows, I'm glad it's ending because it's become so big now that it's starting to grow
It's mainstream.
It's growing the haters all over it.
Yeah.
So every episode is everything is possibly
It's
wrong.
too dark.
This sucks. How come this didn't happen? This show sucks.
This person should have died.
Well, you go write a show.
I will.
Not you specifically. But you know what I'm saying.
Maybe I will write a show, Jay. Game of radio, man. Game of microphones.
Game of microphones. Trademark that.
I will.
Before
it's trademarked in my head already, so
that doesn't.
That's legal.
Your Honor.
Take that, Disney.
We've got the actual radio station back up, so we weren't just doing nothing in the 9 days.
No, we weren't sitting on our asses, twiddling our thumbs.
So if you go to TuneIn, you can download the TuneIn app or go to the website TuneIn. You just got to search either the BS Show or BS Radio Network, and blam.
It's also up on Twitch under our BS Show Arcade banner.
We will be transitioning back to live shows very shortly now that we have the station back up.
Yep.
I have some stuff I have to announce on Friday's show because we'll have a show for Friday as long as what we talked about pre-show works out with your plans. And we might be bringing IT Tyler back again.
Again.
So that'll
again
be fun.
squared.
The third time.
Oh my God.
But we have some news. There's a reason I haven't been.
We will make Tyler a radio legend,
whether he wants to or not. Kicking and screaming. We'll force him to be popular.
Yeah.
But there's another reason that we haven't been doing a show. I'm going to get into that Friday. There's going to probably be some
Friday
sweeping changes on the show that is going to be. It's going to be jarring. Hopefully, you guys are going to be okay with what I'm working on.
Like, how many jars are we talking?
Are
they like mason jars or
one big gay jar of GMFB? I will say that as a hint. Some things are going to change temporarily, and I'm not happy about it, but I'll explain the best I can tomorrow.
Change has got to happen, though.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to remember what I can actually say. No, I'm serious because it's contractually. That's probably can't even say that, and I'm saying it.
Right.
I just won't be able to. I'll get into it more on Friday. I'm gonna research it more tomorrow.
Yeah, you should probably do that before.
And then,
get
before
screwed.
I start saying things. Speaking of Twitch, by the way, this is going to be a super short show. Obviously, it's just me and Radio Man again. And we did talk last time about when it was just me and him, we were going to do our just basically an entertainment show where we just talk about whatever we like because
it's like we're the
rest of the guys aren't here.
We fill in everybody.
Yeah,
we're
the only ones that show up to everything. God, I feel like this is just a big bitch.
That's
bitch
the one
fest
consecutive
today.
thing. It's been us. Everyone else is switched out.
It's true. Wooders is in Cape Canaveral today at NASA for some reason. Completely out of the blue, starts texting
He's building
us.
Teslas, okay?
Cherokee has gone disappeared again. I don't know if you noticed that.
He's rogue. He's gone off the grid.
Murdoch I'm working on getting here Friday since God, I almost want to spill the beans on what's going on with me, but I can't spill the bean. Bean peen.
Bean peen.
But as far as the Twitch goes,
We will be running the tune-in feed across there a lot of the time, so we have two different
Right,
places
it'll be
to get
like
the station.
the same thing pretty much, but you can interact with us on Twitch.
Radio
Just
Man
like
will
chat.
be doing his own show soon. He's fighting me on it, but he will be doing his own Twitch stuff. And
He
and
wants me
Wooders,
to get a microphone.
Me and Wooders will be on there soon with him. Is that okay?
That's
Can we
fine.
handle
No,
that?
it's not okay. It's my show, Jay.
And I think we have like 20 followers on there right now. So what I think me and Radio Man have talked about doing, we have this
prize.
We have a prize if we can get to 100 followers. How did I explain this to you, Raymond? If we get to 100 followers, we're going to pick one out of that 100, and we have a Game Boy Advance SP for Radio Man's new retro
reality.
So when he's
new Twitch segment,
he's going to game with old games, retro games.
Yeah,
and you started with Super Mario RPG, right?
Mario RPG, yeah,
that's the best.
It's really fun. It's really tricky, but I figured it out a little bit.
Are you? How many hours did you put into it?
Like 2, but
okay.
I'm past the sewers where I was stuck last time.
But once we get to 100 on there, we'll pick one out of the 100, and we have a Game Boy Advance SP. It's in pretty good shape. It's silver.
Fancy.
Comes with a case.
Ooh.
Everything. So we'll give that away. I think I'm going to launch something for Instagram too, so we can
Those are hard to find now too. Like
the
eBay
SPs.
sells them. People do it, but they're like they want stupid money for it. It's like
So if you're listening, especially right now on Twitch,
you
follow.
want that.
Create another account and hit follow. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Get
As long
us
as
to
you're
100
following.
followers.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. We'll launch something on Instagram since we're close to 1,000. I want to push something for 1,000 on there.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that probably
We're close
next
to
week.
1,000, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're just about at 900.
Holy shit.
So
hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a whole hell of a lot. I know I plugged that we were having a show today and we're only 6 minutes or so in.
Oh my gosh. Oh well.
Probably not good.
A show's a show.
Does this count as a show?
Maybe.
I don't think we can episode number this one.
No, it's 0.5.1.
No, I don't know if we can give it a 0. I think we have to give it like a
negative.
Is it raining?
It was raining a little bit.
Was it?
I rear-ended someone on the way over here. That's why I was a little late. I was
care
texting
to
you.
elaborate
I was
that?
texting you, and I was.
Oh, you're gonna make me
stuck in
feel
a
bad
light.
because you were already running. Well, maybe if you would have left
He's
your
like,
house when you told
you're
me.
killing me, Smalls. Hurry, LOL. And then
you seriously hit somebody?
Yeah, I legit did right outside. It was an Impala, same car I drove. Yep. But I didn't there's no damage.
Radio Man got the Impala,
or
by the way.
whatever.
I don't think we talked about that on air.
I got Bean's old car. I got the Beanmobile.
He's got the Beanmobile. That's what we'll call it, the Beanmobile.
The
Bean
Bean wagon.
Junior. Pretty soon they'll be calling you Bean Junior instead of Murdoch Junior. So wait, so what happened?
I'll be Bean Doc Junior.
So what happened when you were into the person?
Well, he's like, we stopped right on the street, like at the light. And he's like, oh, let's just pull up ahead. And I'm like, well, I could just drive off and say, fuck you, because I didn't.
Is that what you did?
No, it's not what I fucking did.
Please don't get on radio and admit to a felony.
I'm not a dick.
Please don't do it.
No. He's like, yeah, let's just pull up here.
And then he take off?
No.
Oh,
well, because I
good
hit
for
his
you.
car. And he's like, yeah, I need your insurance and all that. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
You swapped insurance with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because there was his bumper had like this weird black mark, but he said it was already there. So I'm like,
Should've
if
got
you say
recording
so,
on that.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, you fucking said it. And then some other chick pulled up who I guess he knew. He was on the phone with like his fiance or
That's
something.
suspicious and weird.
I know. And this chick pulls up and she's like, oh, there's no damage. There's nothing done. What are you talking about? I'm like, who are you? I'm like, who are you, lady?
FBI, bro.
Just randomly showed up. I'm like, what are the feds after me? I was like, I had, not drugs on me because I don't do that. I'm sober as a
instantly,
gopher.
when you tell me stories like that, I start sweating. I'm like, oh God, oh no. How much is your bail? How'd you get here? How mad at your mom?
Ugh, man.
No, officer, that is not a bong. That is a person. I don't know what you're talking about.
But he gets off the phone and the chick leaves and he's just like, yeah, let's just part ways. And I'm like, damn right, let's just
So you
part
didn't
ways.
exchange info?
Well, he took a picture of my insurance card and I got his, but he's like, we'll just let it be because it'll be trouble for both of us.
It
I'm
would
like,
be. He probably doesn't even have insurance or a
Yeah.
license, like real insurance.
It's not his
take a
car.
picture of that. Yeah,
It's not even his car. Yeah.
Stolen car. He went through the dashboard
For real.
thing. Well,
So
Dan,
that's
you
why
should
I
have
was
opened
late.
up the store. That's not why you were late. That's why you were late.
That's why I was later. Yeah.
Later. Nice try.
It was already like 5:30.
Yeah, exactly. See, if you'd have been here when you were supposed to.
The guy's like, you got somewhere to be? And I'm like, well, now that you mention it.
I do this little radio thing, whatever. I gotta go out here, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool, bro. It's cool.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm like, yeah, just call your wife and bring your friend over. It'll be fine.
It'll be great.
I'm like, what?
I did promise on Instagram, and I know we have people on Twitch talking about it, that we were going to get somewhat into Game of Thrones, as I mentioned.
We can get into it if you want, man. I don't know how spoilery.
I mean, I was going to say, I don't know how spoilerly people want us to get with it, but I'm completely satisfied with this season.
You know?
I'm not sure what people are expecting. I'm already starting to see people say this is as bad as Dexter.
It seems bigger than any other season, just with the amount of characters who are in the same room alone.
My biggest problem is what the rush to get it into such a small amount of episodes. Like, I mean, they took forever.
I don't know why they gave them
to rush
6
down.
episodes
They
to
wanted
do.
6.
Really?
HBO wanted 10 and 10. Hell, to be fair, if it was HBO, they want to keep going because it's a cash cow, and I understand that.
They could go
and
for
you
20
milk
more
that cash
seasons.
cow,
Yeah, that's true.
But they wanted 10 and 10 to end it, and they said, no, we want to do it. And what did they do? 7 and 6 for the last 2 seasons?
I think last one was pretty short too. Yeah.
But then it's like, but don't worry, we'll just cram each episode and make it double length. Well, then what the hell is the point of shrinking the seasons down?
Right.
If you're just re-editing it into longer episodes.
Just cut them up differently.
It just sounds like you're just making, I don't know. And the whole, for
the other
having 2
seasons
years,
felt impactful because there was like a journey, but now they're just like, oh, we're going.
well,
We're
I saw
here now.
the perfect
you know?
meme I've seen. It's like a drawing of a horse. And then it's like the back of the horse is like super detailed, and then the next chunk of the horse isn't too bad, and the next chunk's not great, but you can.
It's like a stick figure almost.
And then by the
but-
last one, it's like it looks like a 2-year-old drew the head of the thing,
that's
and then it's got like
pretty- yeah.
seasons 1 through 4, and they all break it down. That's the most accurate.
That's how it feels. It feels rushed. And
It does.
It's still good. Don't
No,
get
it's
me wrong.
really good. Don't
but,
get me
like,
wrong. I love
yeah.
it. I'm not going to be one of those people that complain. I just feel
No,
like
yeah.
there should have been no reason to haul ass on the last 2 seasons and try to cram everything into 13 episodes instead of 20.
Considering they took it slow for so
I know.
long.
It's like they were doing 20 miles an hour, and then they hit the turbo button in the last 2
the
seasons.
Autobahn
and
fucking just kept going.
That's my biggest complaint. Like, why do we need to rush it?
Yeah. It's like, take its time. Let
Your
it sink
and
in.
then you have episodes like episode 1 where you just spin the wheels. It's like we don't
Yeah.
have room for wheel spinning, but
that was 2 episodes of wheel spinning.
well, episode 2 was good wheel spinning. I mean, that was
But that
one-
should have been episode 1. They should have somehow combined those 2.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like
into,
for all
like,
this weird
one
editing and
dialogue filled
Ugh.
thing, and then you have the cool epic battle or whatever. You know, that's not a spoiler. It's just a battle. You know, I don't know what happens in that battle or where it is. You know,
I was reading
don't
some
care.
stuff today that they're saying that don't count the Night King being completely dead out yet.
What?
In this crazy,
Excuse me?
in these crazy theories, like supposedly anyone the Night King touches, you know, like how he got the Crouster babies or whatever.
Oh yeah.
By the way, if you don't watch Game of Thrones, you can tune out now because
Well, he came back though. Is the thing before, like the first men killed him, and then he got banished or whatever.
Well, they're saying like there's a lot of these weird things. That whole like what's with the Iron Islands, like dead may never die. Like there's always like weird little things throughout, and
cryptic
supposedly
messages or whatever.
I don't know. I would say like Bran is going to try to warg back into. He's going to find out that the Night King's alive, and he's going to try to warg back into the original person to become the Night, to stop it from becoming the Night King. Then he's going to get
And
killed,
set the, like-
or he's not. It's not going to work, and he's still going to become the Night King. But then the Night King's going to see him warging at this little island. They moved it even in the intro
it
from the books.
Dragonstone?
No, it's Island of Faces, I think, or Island of.
Oh, I think that's the thing. There's a map in the book or whatever, and I think I know what
they
you're talking
moved it
about.
from the book to closer to King's Landing for the show. All of a sudden in the intro, if you watch the beginning where they go through, and it's never been in any of the maps in any of the seasons.
Interesting.
So if he goes there, they're saying that at the end it might be the Night King finally gets to Bran, and when he kills Bran, he's going to kill himself because Bran is inside the Night King now, and it's going to be some gigantic cycle. That would be cool.
That'd be a dope ending. If the
If
Night
they
King
did
is dead,
that,
I'm
then
gonna be
everyone's gonna
pissed.
have to shut up and go. You gotta let the season play out, dumbasses. Before everybody
Like,
criticizes.
no, not after 6. You gotta.
Which is funny because after episode 2, everyone's like, "Greatest show ever. This is the best show. This is why we watch the
And
show."
then shit finally happens.
And then people complain now. It's whatever. You can't make everybody happy, which is why I've tried to let go with our show. Like, you know what I mean? I used to try.
It doesn't matter. Just do whatever now. It's fine.
Who gives a shit? Either they're
It
listening.
still
or
looks
not.
cool.
Yeah.
You know, 1,000 billion people still fucking watched it. So,
Like I said,
like-
my biggest complaints are there shouldn't be any errors when you have 2 years to do 6 episodes.
Yeah.
There just shouldn't.
Did they
You
shoot
should-
them back to back the last 2 seasons? Oh, I thought
No,
I
they took
heard that.
they took like their sweet time doing this last
Really?
season. You shouldn't get ambushed when you're on dragons by boats. You know what I mean? Like seriously, there's just a couple things that you're like, yeah, that's pretty bad writing. It's
like they
I
could
can
have been
excuse
high
the
up
coffee cup.
and,
Like everybody's freaking out about that. I can excuse that.
I didn't even notice it when
Most
watching
people
the
didn't.
episode.
I have done editing by trade and actually gotten paid for it, and I hyper see everything.
You probably have an eye for it.
And
at
I
this
didn't
point.
see it.
Really?
Because I'm not a douchebag, and I was actually into the episode. I wasn't like, all right, where is the mistakes
I
and the
didn't
bad
pause
writing and
it
the
and,
yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
But I mean,
It was just them getting drunk, and I was like, hell yeah. I'm like,
that's
this
only
is
more
funny.
excusable because you're into the moment. But even that, I'm still saying you got 2 years to edit and film and do that. It should have been the tightest, crispest. Like if you would have given Dexter
They
in the
should have
last
refined
season.
it. I didn't finish Dexter.
You haven't finished Dexter? Hey,
I got bored when the chick died or whatever.
Spoilers, bro.
Hey man, we're spoiling
Spoilers,
Game of
bro.
Thrones and everything. So.
Hey, I heard, by the way, I recommended Entourage for you.
I'm on the last season of Entourage.
Wow, it's been like 6 days since I told you about it.
Good. You didn't tell me it was about fucking Mark Wahlberg, and I fucking hate Mark Wahlberg. I literally hate that guy.
Also, now you don't like the show anymore?
But I don't think about it, so I do like the show.
I mean, they say it's inspired by his life, but
That's
it's
what my
not.
friend told me, and I was
But
like,
it's-
man,
but-
this show's dumb.
But it's
then-
really not. Dude, you texted me at like 2 in the morning, like, dude, I just watched the entire first season. It's the best show ever.
Because it's good, and then like the last 2 seasons are kind of weird.
I told you, they got like
Yeah.
a different writer.
It goes like BoJack Horseman style or whatever.
It got
gets
real
all
weird.
depressing.
Yeah. But
I'm
it's
like,
amazing though,
something
right? Come
happened.
on.
It's good, yeah. I just want to finish it now because I feel bad watching it.
Gotta watch the movie too.
Oh, is it like tie-in?
Because the show ends on a stupid, like you need to watch the stupid movie, even though the movie doesn't come out for like 3 more years after
Is the movie
show
good?
ended. The movie wasn't bad. The movie was better than the last season by a lot.
All right.
How awesome is Ari though?
He's my favorite. He wasn't my favorite character. I'm like, this guy fucking sucks. But then he becomes like so
He's the
funny.
man.
And Lloyd, Gasian Lloyd.
Come on, that's one of my top 10
he's
shows,
so
man.
funny.
That show's amazing. I'm
The
sorry
writing
that
in that show-
it ruined it for you with the Mark Wahlberg stuff.
It kind
but
of did, but I
you
saw
can't think
past
about
it.
that. It's all fictional. Yeah. Mark Wahlberg's
And then he
not
like
that
shows
cool.
up in a couple episodes, and I'm like,
Yeah, I hate
man.
Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's in the damn show, so you gotta,
Yeah, that's
you know.
true.
Maybe at the end of every episode
Marky
of
Mark
our
and the
show, I'll
Funky
give you
Bunch, man.
another show to watch that you haven't seen.
And I'll finish it by next episode.
If it's good, I mean, you'll be like, yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, finish Entourage.
Well, I
and
was rewatching Game of Thrones, but I started the book.
You should finish Dexter.
Yeah, I should.
You should just finish it.
Wasn't bad. I did not like it.
No, it's
but-
great. That's the last episode. You're gonna want to beat your head against the wall. So.
Oh, I finished Frasier too. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, you finished.
Has
through
like
that?
a Friends kind of ending to it.
What about Weeds? Have you went through Weeds?
Weeds?
Yeah.
No, I never watched that.
You should definitely watch Weeds. The last season though
Is that like
dog shit, vomit, puke.
Was that the one where they have the dispensary or whatever?
No, that was when Netflix did.
What the fuck is that show
was
called?
it Disjointed, I think.
Disjointed.
They canceled that
Fuck
real
that
quick.
show.
Real
oh my
quick.
gosh. I may be a stoner, but I can't deal with stoner
But I'm
culture.
not a retarded stoner.
Yeah, but I'm not in it. I just like smoking weed. All right, cut me a break.
Well, that was TV Talk with the Radio Man and Bean.
HBO News.
Yeah, I
Breaking
mean,
news.
It's gonna be sad when it's over because it's over. It's a phenomenon. Like I said, you're not gonna see
like
appointment
Avengers,
television
you know?
like this anymore because there's too many stream. Like everything's
It's weird
moving
that
away
it's kind
from
of
this.
backwards. I had this thought, like Game of Thrones is trying to like put a movie on TV, whereas the MCU is like
Is
trying to
doing
bring
TV in the
on
movies,
a movie.
yeah.
And I'm like, whoa.
You're right.
Like that's kind of crazy.
You can tell he smokes with that.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Whoa, dude, shot in.
Whoa, dude.
Shaka bra.
All
All right, excuse me, guys. I gotta shred the wave.
We
Sorry.
we will be back Friday. Hopefully, it's more of the crew than just me and Radio Man. But if
We
it's
are
just
the
me and
crew.
Radio Man, get used to it. But yeah, we have some show-altering news come Friday show.
Some world-breaking events.
Radio Man doesn't even know
happening.
exactly what's happening.
I don't.
I almost
That's why I'm
dropped on
hyping it
him.
up.
I almost dropped him on you on the show live, but I figured you'd be
Really?
like, "Whoa, dude, what? You got to talk to me about that kind of shit." You would have. You'd be like, "No." I used to do
Like,
that.
hold on,
We'd
hold
be
on.
live on air, doing morning shows. It'd be like 7:30 on a Tuesday morning, and I'd be like,
See,
"By the way, we're
in
doing
my
this."
mind now, I think that's better,
It
but I
is way
still
better.
don't know the idea.
It's better for the listener. It's not better for you. And you might
Cool.
think that's cool now, but after years of me doing that, you'll get ready to want to fucking kill me.
Okay.
And that's the truth. That's how I lose most of my co-hosts, because like, dude, you gotta give me a heads up. Like Wooders hates me for that shit. He still
Really?
hates me for that
Damn.
stuff.
You can't just.
By the
spring
way,
shit
I
on
almost
me.
forgot. I'm editing season 6. Since not up for, we had a couple
I
episodes.
wasn't in season 6, right?
I think at the very end you were. I think you show up like
like Radio Man will be back in season 7.
Really? Radio Man will return.
Will return. No, but we didn't have all of the episodes up before on iTunes or the podcast. We only had a couple, and they weren't edited, so they had the commercials and the best of bits and everything. So I'm going through, I'm cleaning them all up, and I'm putting a lot of them up for the first time. So to make up for the fact that we're doing such a short show tonight, directly after you're probably done listening to this, that one will be up available, and it'll be season 6, episode 1. It's actually a pretty good show. I was listening to it while I was editing it today.
Really?
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's the one, I don't even think you ever heard that. Because you were probably not, closing back at Yogurtology back in the day.
I heard like the earlier
Your brother was
ones.
there.
Really?
It was the very first one we did after
season
our album
6
release.
is the downtown studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I didn't count the downtown or the album release party show as episode 1.
Season 7.
No, season 7 was last year here. Yeah, that's how long we've been doing it now, buddy.
Shit.
I know, right? You're like, damn. Fuck. The June one that we did for the album release party, I didn't include A, because I can't find it yet. And B, because it was just us hanging out live on the second floor of a bar. You know what I mean? Giving out T-shirts and having fun. We didn't really have much of a show. I mean, I'm thinking about putting together,
if you were there, it was
like
cool.
a lost episodes show.
Oh, yeah.
That might actually be, if you're there, you're there. But I was going to put ones that aren't quite good enough for podcasts or you know what I mean? Or out of order that I find, and we'll do like a separate thing.
Yeah.
But the season 1, listen to that because that's cool. And I'm trying